Yes.
Okay.
I still have more, but
And
they can wait.
so last time there was a big old fight, a real big old fight. And there was some roughing up that took place.
Oh,
but
that's one word for it.
True. But all things considered, you guys made it out in one piece. And you got a sword. So really, who came out on top?
Like Marcus isn't like so badly hurt.
He's taking a break. He's sitting down. He's having a good sit.
He's having a good sit.
In the small amount of time that was combat and the elevator ride up, there was a brief moment where we will pick up, where we have Legacy, who is still in sort of a disguise, as Jonathan has left the building through the window with his flying machine, which I can't remember what they're called. The
HVAC?
AV. Say, I said in the past HVAC, and then I couldn't remember why that was wrong, because I was like, it is an high altitude vehicle or something, right? I forget the acronym. And then I realized HVAC is like heating, air conditioning, and ventilation. And then I was like, oh, that's not what it's supposed to be.
I just assumed you had your own acronym that you were using.
There is an acronym, and I could never remember it, but it's not HVAC. I just got HVAC because my brain grabbed an acronym because acronyms. But AV is the acronym that I think is used in Cyberpunk, like in Cyberpunk proper. And that is not inaccurate here, so I will use AV. You don't need to edit your notes because it's a small
thing. I'm not going to.
Matter. Perfect. We've reached an accord. But he has exited the building through the window by way of his unique AV, which I forget. I forget if I described it, but it looks like Ramsciel from Evangelion. It looks like this alien weird ship. But he has left, leaving a version of Lindis, or someone who would say Lindis is herself, with you, Legacy. And is there anything that you would do in this moment, like moments after you are left alone in the silence? Do you want to speak before Lindis starts?
No, I think the first thing she'd do is turn, and there was a note or something on the desk, right?
Uh-huh.
Has that been blown out the window, or has it just been blown somewhere else in the room?
It was blown off of the desk and thrown onto the floor, but you can still see it.
Okay, was trying to clock that because she can't pick it up to read it.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully one of her friends will actually make it all the way up here so she can get the fuck out and she can tell them to read it.
So looking at the note, you can see that it has landed upside down, but on the back of it, there is a station infrastructure map. And you recognize this because you've seen them in the background of like Kaya's room, or at least have seen them in the from Kaya herself using one or looking at one. But it is a schematic it is a technical schematic and infrastructure planning document for city infrastructure. And the way it's formatted is it will have the ward in the top right or top left corner, and then it will have quadrants of the ward in like a little grid, and each quadrant has a distinct element or building plan within it. And then it's like a big top-down city builder like planning document. But all of the wards have been built. So this is for infrastructure that was presumably put in place. And the infrastructure that it is depicting is in, let me look at the map here. It is depicting Power Grid Alpha, which Power Grid Alpha is the smallest of the power grids. And it is the first one that has been, or that was made for the station. But in this little map, there is a quadrant listed for Power Grid Alpha, and it seems it like the only thing you can really make out of any note on it is a circled portion on the map, like a location, and it's circled and it says he's here in like handwriting.
Interesting. That's a Kaya question.
Mm-hmm. If you have any questions that you think you would reasonably know, or at least want to try and guess at, you feel free to let me know. But as you're examining the note, you hear from behind you a really long and drawn out. So now that it's just you and me, why don't you take off your mask and tell me who you are?
I guess he's just full on ignoring her.
Do you do anything instead of talk to her? Do you like busy yourself, or are you just stock still?
I imagine she's just kind of has at this point like squatted down and is examining this map, and she just continues, just trying to rack her brain for any information that she may have overheard from Kaya, or perhaps even overheard, even though her brother doesn't work with electricity, overheard from her brother about shit. Not a
You
whole lot
can
there, I don't think.
you can roll me knowledge society or knowledge science if you want to try and recollect information, depending on which you choose. It would be the same difficulty. It'd be difficulty 2. But whichever one you pick will color the information you get.
She's better at society, surprisingly. So let's see. Just 2, you said?
2 purple.
Well, where's a decent shot?
I don't know if this is like a texture that failed to load, but your dice are completely invisible to me. It's very cool. They're like completely translucent. Sorry. Yeah, 2 success, 2 advantage. Sure. So with 2 success and 2 advantage, you remember from a different combination of things that Power Grid Alpha Power Grid Alpha is on, in one sense, it is like it is the most significant power grid because it powers it is the control for the actual propulsion of the station as well as foundation. It controls the power for the habitat array and the actual propulsion systems that keep Grand Cross afloat in atmosphere. And despite it being like on the map, taking up not as much space, it is a monumental city-sized power grid. It is like a steel nightmare structure of rooms and like power connections and cabling. It is like a giant computer. Like it in a weird way, it feels like you've never been there physically, but there are pictures that float around online because it is a monument to engineering and of human engineering. There are cables that are as big around as a redwood tree, and people pictured standing next to them looking like ants next to like a power cable for a computer. And it is, because it was the first, it is connected to the most crucial systems. And there was no real attempt to redo any sort of power structuring because of the fact that it had to be made and stable first. Grand Cross was built in space, so they had to make a structure that would help keep it afloat first. And so, like, it just never, they never bothered to rewire it so that, like, it would be connected to the other power grids because there would be no point. But it is like a fulcrum of a load. It is a load bearing ward, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And there is a heavy security personnel from the government that rotates in and out and around it to keep it safe. And there is also 24/7 maintenance on staff at all times because it is a crucial system. It is miles and miles and square miles of cabling and like giant software buildings manufactured for the express purpose of power balancing and maintaining basically everything around you. There's a part of you that is a little worried about what is meant here by he. He's here. Mm-hmm. And the consequences of what something would be doing in such a important location. Did you have any specific questions in mind?
So I just kind of glanced at the tripod map. So this is over on the same wing as Seishin.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that also means that there is like next to no traffic aside from security and people that have to be there.
Correct.
Okay. And it's not being expanded in any way?
No, it is done. It is a done and no longer. The other two wards that are power grid Gamma and Delta are the ones that are able to be expanded. There's room, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Legacy would have anything that she would be like trying to like parse together by herself right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's still a bit on an adrenaline high from dealing with Jonathan. And she trusts that Kaya would be able to figure out if there's anything weird or off with this map.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then, like, as you're kind of sitting there ruminating on it and trying to piece together what you know, you hear another more insistent, like, hey, I'm talking to you. Pay attention. It's rude to ignore people. You can hear Lindis get up off of the couch and start stamping her foot or tapping her foot. Anything?
I think at most there's like a little head tilt, so like she hears her, and then yeah, she's not gonna turn around and look at her because it's fucking weird. She doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't tell your boss anything, I'm not telling you anything. Just give up.
She puts her hands behind her back and starts to sway back and forth and goes, you know, before all of this, I was an information broker. I could tell you something interesting about some people you don't know.
Yeah, you tell me something interesting when you've been stuck in a science lab in an office all this time.
She puts her hands on her hips and kind of pouts. Well, you don't know what I do and don't know. But I know what I do and don't know. And I know that you know it might be valuable. Come on. Let's do that game that you were just doing with Mr. Diego.
I highly doubt that you have anything worth my time.
She looks offended. I suppose you don't care about any of the people who are involved with all of this craziness? The terrorist people or something? She just starts, like, she turns and crosses her arms and starts kind of casually waving a hand around as she talks. The terrorist groups, or at least what I think are the terrorist groups. I can't prove it, but I feel like my old roommates used to be involved in it, or were involved in it.
Terrorist groups. So you're eating the propaganda that he fed you.
She turns and shrugs. Well, I see it more of a matter of perspective. They kind of are a terrorist group. It depends on if you agree with them or not.
And there's just a little, again, tilt of the head, and I think she's not looking at the map anymore, but more like just staring at a spot on the floor, not getting up. And that's... You do know that he killed you, right?
She blinks and tilts her head. What do you mean? Mr. Diego killed me?
And Legacy nods.
She looks just like a bit suspicious or incredulous and just kind of narrows her eyes. How do you know?
Because I have a recording of your death.
She holds out a hand and does the gimme gesture. I want to hear.
Why do you care? You're so eager to play his lapdog.
She puts a hand on her hip and leans forward and just goes, I care because it's my life.
I think Legacy finally kind of stands up and doesn't turn all the way, but just kind of turns enough so that she can look over her shoulder at Lindis. And there's still that white mask. Rather than a smile, it's just a straight black line. It's your life, and you're choosing this. She just gestures around the room.
She kind of awkwardly shuffles back and forth. Well, I didn't exactly choose this. And she gestures around the room and spins in a circle. I chose a bigger thing, and it's a bit more complicated. But he assured me that we're working towards it. And I think this Diego is a lot more sure than the last Diego.
Do you genuinely not remember anything from your death?
She blinks and nods. I do remember. I went up to a tall, I went up in a tall building in a hotel where they were keeping some people who were involved or at least caught wandering around in a crucial area of Sishin Ward. And at the penthouse suite, I ran into Mr. Diego. And I had a long conversation with him about what life really meant and what we could be as people. And some other things. It was kind of boring. But it ended with a proposition, which I did take him up on. I remember that.
Like,
And
he just
then,
laughs.
what's so funny?
Oh, he fucked with your head good, didn't he?
He looks a little uncomfortable. Explain what you mean.
You didn't take him up on anything. You didn't want him hurting the people that you cared about or putting you on a leash. So you fucking attacked him. And he blew you up for it.
Hmm. Roll me a charm check at 2 purple.
Not charm.
I would accept coercion if you wanted to try that one.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
He's not supposed to fucking talk to people, man.
She's kind of narrowing her eyes. What makes you so sure that I wouldn't give up people that I cared about? What if I was lying? Or what if your recording was faked?
And what if your memories were faked? Do you know that he fucks with people's heads when he brings them back or makes them new?
Hmm. She pauses at that. It seems to be something that she just didn't really consider. And as she considers it, roll me a perception check at 2 purple. One success, one advantage. So you can see that similarly to Ben Getty, you can see the thought cross her face, like as you can see her face like kind of twist and like as she considers it, and then there's like a twitch or some indication, and she goes a little bit blank, and then she shrugs. Well, without a recording, and then the elevator dings. And that is right when Kaya and Lockhart appear, which we left off in your conversation at a high point as well, if I remember.
Yeah. Emotional fucking whiplash over there.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't much.
And then as the door opens, you see Kaya, a face you haven't seen in a long time. A face that you remember seeing dead, as Lindis throws both hands onto the table in front of her and like leans forward and very cheerfully exclaims, Kaya? What do either of you do?
I imagine Kaya freezes. She was not expecting this.
Lacey takes just a couple long strides very quickly to put herself into line of sight easily. And will lift a hand, like turn her back just a little bit, and just lift a hand towards her neck. And just kind of do like a little like cut the neck gesture, trying to keep them quiet. even though this is just fucking faceless person.
Mm-hmm. So you do that gesture, and then Lindis looks over and just goes, hey, don't you shush my friends. Well, roommate, friend, and associate.
Imagine
Lockhart,
that just,
Kaya.
yeah, that just shakes Kaya out of her fucking like shock. And she doesn't know what to do. Do we go in? Do we just fucking leave? Do I hit the button and leave? What the fuck do I do here?
I imagine there's like a little twitch towards the button, and Legacy just like throws her hands up. I need you to get on that computer so I can get the fuck out. Let me out.
With
You feel a bump.
Oh.
Just a bump from Larry, like he was expecting you to get off, but you didn't.
Oh. Fuck. Yeah. I can't
Let
move
me
my
out.
token. I'm colliding with the wall. Let me out.
Let me out.
Thank you.
I don't
Sorry, let
see
me in.
Kaya. Oh, I see Kaya now.
Yeah, she'll just take the step from the bump from Larry, like looking over to a random person, quote unquote. Definitely not Legacy. Nope.
I'm also
Try.
colliding with the wall.
Let us out.
Let us out.
There we
Let
go.
Larry out.
Are you free now?
Let me see. Yeah, I'm free.
This guy too. Let him out.
Boop.
Thank you.
You're all free.
Just had us trapped
Well,
in a wall.
I actually think we're trapped now, but
Oh, metaphorically, I just want to be able to move my token.
yeah.
No. Yeah, she'll fucking take a step forward to kind of stumbling through the fucking thresholds, like, just, hi, Lynn.
Lindis is going to vault over the table,
You don't
and
gotta.
rush around and wrap you in a hug.
Okay, cool.
Lockhart, are you stopping her?
Yup. I will push Kaya out of the way.
Oh shit!
You shove Kaya out of the way. Kaya, are you resisting, or are you going to go with it?
I guess go with it. She's kind of really like off kilter at the moment.
Yeah, you or Lockhart, you shove her out of the way and stop Lindis, and Lindis just bumps up against your hand and just goes, "Hey, I'm trying to hug my roommate."
You're not her roommate.
She blinks and then does like the move when you point and you touch all your fingers and your thumb to your chest, where you just kind of go like moi. She does that sort of hand to chest gesture and just goes, "I'm sorry. Who are you then? If I'm not their roommate, then you must be someone else."
She's fucked in the head, like you know who.
You would be quiet, rude mystery man.
I figured as much.
Pain across Kaya's face. The more she looks at Lindis.
Lindis leans over past Lockhart. She doesn't like lean past her, but leans so that you can see her, Kaya, and she just goes, "Kaya, can you tell your guard dog to stop?"
Kaya just looks at Lindis and just has to tear her eyes away. Just fiddles with the brim of her hat to try and block her out of view a little bit.
Also.
Go
ahead.
Also? Can't really do that. She's not wrong.
Lindis looks devastated, like she is about to cry. Like you can see tears welling up in the corners of her eyes, and she just goes, "Did you guys replace me as a roommate already? Like I know I was gone a long time, but I'm still good to pay for rent, even though I'm
Man.
late."
Man, now Kaya's about to fucking cry. It's like, nope, I can't. Fucking turn away, face different direction, only in her
Walker will
peripherals.
definitely will get more in the way. So Kai, like, she's clocking Kaya's not happy and very emotional. So she's trying her best to be in the way, even though she is a little shorter.
Is this because I was up late streaming, or? Oh, you were saying legacy?
Well, there's one thing I want to just remind you of, Joe, just in case
Uh-huh.
some bullshit is happening in the background. These two
Uh-huh.
should still have their like face blocking glasses. If they're
Yes.
mechanical eyes or cameras at work right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
As soon as like Kaya turns around a little bit more, like
Probably facing towards Legacy.
yeah, Legacy just like looks, shakes her head, just kind of like throws her arms out in this like shrug, like I don't know what to do, and then points towards the paper on the ground. You need to take a look at that.
Yeah, just shrug. She'll go take a look at the fucking paper.
Lindis is going to try and dart around this way. And she's going to try to beat you to the paper.
Where is it?
It's like over here.
It is, yeah, it's right here.
Ah,
Close
okay.
enough to the desk. It's going to come down to a roll.
Okay.
No, as soon as she starts moving, Legacy will spin on her spot and will take I imagine she has listened to that recording many times over to the point where she has it almost memorized. We'll take the sound clip of like Lindis refusing Diego and attacking him and just blast it.
Okay. Then I will need it will catch her off guard. I'll still need a roll. It'll be a contested roll between you, Kaya, and Lindis.
Okay.
It's gonna be coordination.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll me.
What am I rolling?
It's gonna be red, purple, purple, purple.
1 red, 3 purples.
1 red, 3 purples, and I will give you a blue because she's getting sound blasted by the recording.
This is gonna be a lot of dice.
However, I need you to be honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
Would this recording fuck up Kaya? It is being blasted. Lindis's death recording.
Yeah, it would.
Take a black.
Okay, we got the whole spectrum here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rolling 1 yellow, 3 green, 1 red, 3 purple, 1 blue, 1 black.
Perfectly balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see it.
See that screen go disappear under dice.
Oh, also, are we proper on dice right now on the point?
I would think it should be 3-1.
Mm-hmm. I would assume so.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay, I couldn't remember if we made another deal because we've been doing that.
No, there wasn't another deal.
Yeah, I was thinking like I'm pretty sure we didn't make another deal, but I'm gonna wait for one of them to correct me because one of y'all is gonna correct me on it.
I was just staring at it. I was just like, I don't want to seem rude and correct him because I'm pretty sure he just forgot.
Sorry for being that person.
Point this out, Joe, from our earlier conversation. If you have a fucking dice tray, you need to bring a big ass dice tray.
I do have a big dice tray. But with 2 successes, a threat and a triumph.
Yeah.
You
what the
you
fuck?
can You can get to the paper first, but I will ping you for one strain
Okay.
as you get there, because this, like, the recording is just, it's a lot. Like, not only seeing her, but hearing her voice again, like her actual voice instead of the voice. I mean, it sounds like her. This version of Lindis still sounds like Lindis, but it's different to you. In the same way that, like, Coke Zero and Diet Coke taste different.
That was like the last instance of true Lindis.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get anything from
but
my...
you get anything from what?
Never mind. I misread my thingy. Continue.
I will say, for a triumph, you can push a blue onto your next check, since I can't think of anything very creative in this moment. But you run over and grab the paper. Lindis is, you would both be like, here. You have the paper. And you slowly, like, look at it and turn it over in your hand, and you see Lindis looking at you right from the other side.
Her eyes are red. Hearing that, like, recording again, just pain.
Lindis is looking at you, but she's not hearing you. She is listening to the recording. And you can see, like, the conflict in her face. Roll me a... Actually, no. I'm not gonna. You're not gonna roll for this. Never mind.
Okay. Understandable.
Lindis,
Have a nice day.
Lindis is just listening to this recording. Lockhart, are you doing anything? You just saw them bust into a mad dash to grab a piece of paper that Legacy pointed out, or the artist who's unyet to be named.
We can count on, like, one hand the number of people that have that recording, and Lockhart would know that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it is.
Oh my god, I was muted. Fuck!
There you go.
I was saying, like, yeah, and also, who else would be up here and be signaling them and know about this shit, you know? Like, she literally said...
You down.
Yeah, and also saying she has the same treatment, you know, who has, like, but that's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, at least in my head, I kind of imagine her avatar or her face is similar to the one she had with, like, her visor, right?
Yeah, the mask type thing is one of the faces she uses when she is blocking out cameras and shit.
Yeah. So I imagine Lockhart is somewhat familiar to that.
Yeah. A known entity.
Yeah. But I imagine she tried to grab Lindis. Maybe, like, grab her, like, at her wrist or something, but I just kind of missed. And then Legacy blasts it.
You, in that moment where you saw Lindis take off and you missed the opportunity to grab her, she moved startlingly quick, faster than you would have expected someone small and slight like Lindis to move. But you now see her over here, and Lindis is, like, still listening to this recording, which I assume you're just letting play out in its entirety.
Yeah.
Not the full bit, no. I imagine Legacy is, like, the end bit.
Gotcha. Okay. But you let the remainder of it play out, like the dying, and do you let the choking sounds play out?
Quieter.
Okay. Then I will need discipline checks from you and Kaya, and also Lindis. It'll be discipline at 2 purple.
Oh boy.
Kaya, you will get a blue.
Oh.
As you are entitled to.
Fuck, I already rolled it.
That's okay.
Just roll a blue.
If you can just roll a blue.
Okay.
I mean, it's already successes, right?
But
It is 3 successes.
could potentially cancel out the threat.
Mhm.
Fair.
Whoop.
Yeah, so you will get no threat.
No threat. 1 advantage.
What does this do?
For some reason, Kaya keeps disappearing from me.
That's not
3
good.
success and 2 threat. Legacy, you will take 2 strain. Because hearing this recording it is not easy to just throw this out. But you know that it is like you're using it in the way that you intended. It is like a perfectly timed, like, surprise tool. But it is a surprise tool that is attached to some very delicate heartstrings. Kaya, you are stealing yourself as best you possibly can, which is pretty good. And you can see Lindis is like not having a full-blown crisis, but is having a bad time. She is very, like, you can see this shadowy kind of look to her eyes. And she's not looking at your face. She's just kind of staring past your face. And she's within arm's reach of you with a slow realization, or not realization, but with a very slow movement. She reaches up a hand towards your face.
Kaya doesn't stop her. She's taking everything in her to hold back tears.
Lindis, she takes the edge of your glasses and she doesn't take them off, but she like rubs them between a thumb and forefinger and just goes, "Why are you wearing glasses?"
Kaya just blinks. Was not expecting that question. She kind of probably reaches up a hand to like fix him a little bit. It's like, it's their gift?
She blinks. "Why are you lying to me? Did I do something wrong?
No,
Is that why you replaced me as a roommate?"
we didn't replace you.
Kaya,
You just...
Jonathan Diego just left her here with the instruction to try and figure out more of what's going on and who everybody is.
Lindis turns and will shout at you, Legacy, not knowing it is Legacy, but just goes, "Would you stop interrupting? I'm trying to have a moment with my roommate and best friend." And she gestures to Kaya. And she turns to you, Kaya, and says, "I'm sorry. I don't know who that is. And they keep, I don't know, asking questions. They were here talking to Mr. Diego about a bunch of stuff that I don't know about. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long."
Man, this is so painful. Kai just looks at her, and she just has to steel herself, and she just takes one steppy back.
You take a step back, you can see Lindis's heart crack.
Yeah, I feel like at that point, that's where a tear escapes. Did you try telling her what really happened?
She's convinced that she agreed with Diego's plan.
Why are you crying?
Because you're not Lindis.
Then who am I? And she turns to you and like stomps her foot on the ground, and you can hear and feel it, Kaya and Lockhart. Her foot hits the ground, and there is a fracture in the concrete. They're not the concrete, the tile. Like the foot hits the tile, and there is a splintering spiderweb crack.
Oh, Lockhart, don't go closer. Nope. She gets stopped. Nope. Move that token back.
Sorry. Let me rephrase or redo that. She is moving more defensively in front of Kaya, not like full on body blocking, but kind of like moving her shoulder more in front so she can take the brunt if something happens. But she did also want to step forward so she's in closer range of Legacy, because I have no clue. Lockhart has no clue if
how this works.
Legacy. Yeah, like
Lockhart is just like, you got teleported here? What the fuck is this?
Legacy just like notice that, like
semi-transparent.
She sees and feels Lindis stomp, and notices Lockhart kind of stepping forward, and she will
getting all defensive.
Step forward as well. And I imagine Lockhart has pretty good peripheral, so will very deliberately move as if she's like putting her hand on Lockhart's elbow so that her hand goes through. Almost, hopefully in a way that's like, like she's just instinctively doing this, but also hopefully Lockhart is smart enough to be like, okay, projection.
Yeah. You'd be able, Lockhart, to tell that, like, after a brief moment of being close enough to Legacy that you're basically within arm's reach of her, you can tell that she is incorporeal. You don't understand. Yeah, you can tell that she is like effectively like a ghost.
Okay.
A hologram.
And
so you don't have to worry about protecting her.
As she does that, Legacy is just like full on staring down Lindis. I don't know.
She stares back.
I don't know who the fuck you are. I think that's pretty much for you to figure out. Especially after I show you what happened. You heard it, and yet you keep chasing the information for him.
She points to herself with both hands and just goes, I know who I am. I'm Lindis Grace. I live at insert address here. And I have 2 roommates, and I don't know where one of them is. Kaya, where is Legacy? Why are you here? Why are you in the oh my god, I can't even remember the word. Why are you in the penthouse office of Joseph Diego? This is a security firm.
Kaya is just wiping eyes with back of her wrist.
She stomps her foot again, but it doesn't splinter. This is more of like an aggressive tap of the foot. And she goes, and why are you crying? And she starts to cry and wipe her own eyes. You're making me cry.
Yeah, well, no shit. You're making me cry.
What did I do wrong?
You fucking died is what happened.
Away? She like gestures to the ghost of Legacy and just goes, are you believing what this one says? That I died somehow? If I were dead, then I wouldn't be here.
Ah, man. Gotta roll something. How much self-control does Kaya have?
You fucking tell her that's Legacy. I'm going to...
No. Don't worry. She's smarter.
She would strangle you.
I don't know. She's smart enough not to do that. Don't worry.
That would be the like key to getting Legacy out of here. She instantly teleports back to her body. I have a person to kill.
Yeah, right? It's my roommate. I don't know how I'll afford rent, but I'll find someone else. Okay, I see. She just looks, just getting more and more like heated because she still has a bit of that temper. Uh, but it's angry. It's like it's a very wet and crying temper. She's like confronted with like this fucking Kool-Aid drinking Lindis. It's like, no, Lynn, I know you died because I was there, alright? I saw him carry out your body.
She blinks. You
Tried
can't.
to find you, and we were too fucking late to get to you, and then he just had the whole fucking place explode, and then just used you to just create.
Where's your friend?
She turns to you, Lockhart, and she looks at you with all of the love and affection that a dog would look at with a complete stranger. Which is to say, very little.
Hmm.
I should say, like, a guard dog.
Okay, I was about to say, like, Joe, have you met a dog?
Yeah. I was thinking in my head, like, some kind of security force dog. Just like hesitancy, but willingness. But she looks at you, Lockhart, and there is no warmth in her look. She is very distraught. But you caught her, and you've caught her attention. What friend? Legacy? I don't know where she is.
No,
This my
your gaming friend. Was you, Cosmic, and Too Cute? Where's she?
She blinks. Too cute. Roll me a coercion check at 2 purple.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pop this.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All of these non-charisma characters going up against the charisma character finally.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Upgrade ability.
She looks at you, and then there's no recollection. She doesn't seem to recall the name Too Cute. And she, like, in this moment, you caught her off guard, but she kind of brushes it off and just goes, "Are you trying to flirt with me all of a sudden? Aren't you a little old for me?"
Can Legacy pull up
You
a video of Too Cute and Linda streaming together?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask Legacy to do that.
Mhm.
You
There are so many
can.
VODs, the fuck?
Yeah.
It'll take you like a second. It won't take you too long, but it takes you enough time that if Lockhart and Kai, if you wanted to get an interaction in, to try and jump on this too.
Yeah. Kaya sees that. Cook and wipes tears away from her eyes. It's like, no, she's. Her screen name was Too Cute for you. I think. She was with you. She was one of your closest friends.
He blinks for a second, and there's still not really any recognition. And Legacy, you pull up a video of her and Linda streaming together. Now, one of you may choose whom. You can roll me charm or coercion at 2 purple. And I will give you a blue.
And Legacy will, at the same time, as she's pulling it up and holding it out for her to see, one of your closest friends and also the one you had the crush on. 'Cause, you know, I don't know if you know this, but Legacy is a very, 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 very
There is no shortage of images of Too Cute and Lindis. If you intentionally search for those two by their screen name, you can find them very easily.
There's fan art.
Probably.
Yeah.
At least a few pieces of fan art.
Mm-hmm. Tell you right now, for those checks, I have 1 green and 2 green.
I have 2 green on both, so
I have 3 green.
hey, Lockhart, the most
Hey,
charismatic
Lockhart.
of us.
I think it's a coercion, actually.
Yeah, it's the coercion. Willpower. Why didn't it pop up? Try again.
And you do get a blue.
Yay!
Blue. Fucking.
Watch.
She looks at the images, and you can see that there's like a twitch to her eyebrow that wasn't there before. I heard about her. I know her. She's a streaming associate of mine. What does she have to do with any of this?
She fucking died with you. And the fact that you can look at this and, like, I imagine Legacy just, like, scrolls, like, shows just, like, the spinning page of Google of everything that comes up. Can just say, a streaming associate. And not be bothered.
She, like, looks a little awkward for a second.
It's like you're reading a Wikipedia page.
I don't remember her that well. It's not my fault. I meet a lot of people being a streamer. If you all want to give me you can do.
I have another thing that could help,
Yeah?
but I don't think Lockhart would say it is the problem.
What is it?
Well, I mean, Lindis was an activist. Why would she join Diego? Cosmic.
There is also Cosmic, of which there would be a lot of just as much info on her and Cosmic as well. She, if any of you want to give me a perception roll, this will be hard.
You're just preying on our, like, worst stats, is what you're doing.
Lindis is really good at, like, peopling.
Yeah, we know.
That's why she was a party member. And why we built our characters this way.
Let's see.
Could I sway you for a vigilance?
I will let vigilance go. You can do vigilance.
And everyone gets blues.
Yep. You can throw your blues on there.
What's the
That's
perception
two
roll?
blues.
It's gonna be. I will make it 4 purple.
Yeah, no fucking shot, my dude.
You said we get 2 blues by being near you, right, Lockhart?
2 blues.
Mm-hmm.
For a perception?
Yeah.
Yep.
There are successes in there. Look at that. Kaya with 3 successes.
5
Hey.
threat. Jesus Christ.
And Lockhart with 1 success and 3 threat. Legacy, I will say with your advantages, you can recover 2 strain.
Oh, thank God.
Because you are providing videos and pictures, which is huge. Lockhart, with 1 success, you are able to read on this. She is in some phase or some form of disbelief. Kaya with 3 successes and 5 threat.
Oh,
I will
man.
give you a choice.
Okay.
You can know exactly what's going on and take some strain, or you can notice essentially the same thing that Lockhart noticed.
So I'm at 7 out of 11 on strain.
Uh-huh.
How much strain would I be taking?
I will give you 2 strain.
Ooh, that's so not good. Yeah, okay. Because Kaya would prioritize other people other than herself, honestly, so this just makes sense.
The realization of this is wounding to you, because all at once you are realizing that, like, you as Legacy had said, her mind has been bent by Joseph Diego, not Jonathan, because Jonathan was not involved until this had already been done. So it was Joseph Diego who did this to her. But she doesn't remember Too Cute because Joseph Diego didn't care enough to include Too Cute. So all of the memories of Too Cute were thrown to the wayside. Lindis is actively being confronted with something that is incongruent with her understanding of reality. And it is causing her visible distress. And if you remember from the Hex Project stuff,
Mm-hmm.
when people had their memories messed with and they were confronted with incongruity, they had one of 3 usual reactions. It was some form of rage or sadness, like a desperate melancholy or intense rage, or they would flip like a light switch and just deaden to it.
And what?
They would flip like a light switch and just deaden to it, become numb. They would either be stricken with some form of grief or frustration or rage, or they would be like completely dull. It would hit like a peak where then they just didn't care. Like the ability to understand it or care fell out from them. And you've seen Ben Getty do that.
Mm-hmm.
Where he just shrugs his shoulders and he's like, oh, well, whatever, fuck it. Lindis right now, you like thinking back on it, you've seen her do 2. When if she's confronted with something related directly to the bombing or her death, she kind of shrugs it. When she's confronted with something that was important to her, she starts to get angry and sad. You can, now this is part of the Hex Project, you can potentially reverse some of the overwriting that may have taken place. There is no guarantee. You don't know if this is possible or not with Lindis, but it might be possible. but the only way to do it is to charge ahead through it. So you will have to deal with a raging, frustrated person who refuses to accept reality as the way it is.
Okay, and by charge ahead through it, you mean just keep showing her?
Yeah, keep proving to her that this reality, the guy that Lindis is dead, and Too Cute, her best friend, who was with her, also died. Like, all of that, you have to, if you want to potentially restore some of this memory damage, you could try by shoving that at her and showing her that it is true. It is not guaranteed to work if the certain things had happened. But part of the crushing realization of this is that Lindis was a subject of the Hex Project. And they're in a moment of like realization, you have all of these things come to you, and there is just a sinister image that you can conjure up in your imagination of Lindis sitting strapped to the chair in the basement with this metal contraption placed upon her head, and whatever happens with it happening to her until she was who she is now.
Yeah. That's a big fucking oof. So, above table. Because I feel like this needs to be a conversation to be had above table. Pretty sure Lindis is another red.
Yep.
Do we want to try this? Because she might Hulk out. And I don't know if we can fight after everything.
Legacy is stuck here with this bitch until somebody goes to the computer and has the brain span to go to the computer.
Yeah, I got 2 strained in my name. I can try my best. Migraine, headache, heartache, all wrapped up in one.
And the more she talks, the more pissed off Legacy gets.
Mm-hmm. Iris?
Okay.
I mean, the goal is to revert her back, right?
It's not even guaranteed. It'd be an attempt at it. Pretty sure she will Hulk out.
Well, I think the question is more, what would your character do? Would Kaya, having this realization, try to reach Lindis, even though she thinks Lindis might be a threat?
Ooh, that's a good point here.
Because unfortunately, I'll be very frank and honest with you, Legacy has now entered into conversation, which means Legacy's going to be a fucking bull in a china shop mentally on this woman until somebody removes her.
Kaya
She's gonna be
cares
what?
too much.
Bull in a china
Bull in a
shop.
china
Man.
I am fine with whatever choice you decide, Amy, in here. As long as it's in here.
And I will also say that Legacy has made the statement somebody needs to go to the computer. It's like it is in their knowledge, in their both of their brains of like, okay, Legacy is here until somebody sits down at that computer terminal.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess while the conversation's going on, I guess Lockhart could start moving over there.
Mm-hmm. If you want to slide over very subtly to the computer, or if you
Yeah.
if you want to just go for it, you can. If you want to be subtle about it, roll me a stealth at 2 red.
Ooh, 2 red.
Oof.
Lindis is on high alert.
Do we distract her at all with all of this and showing her the things?
Yes, she is very distracted. That is a fair point. I will give you. I will impose upon Lindis 2 black, which will instead give you 2 blue. So you can roll it with 2 red, 2 blue.
2 red, 2 blue.
I imagine Lockhart is probably good at stealth.
3 green.
Okay.
2 red, 2 blue.
Statistically in your favor.
Yeah.
Hey.
Whew. Whew.
Wasn't nervous at all.
One success. Lindis is locked onto Kaya hardcore right now. Kaya is her connection to the past. She does not give a shit about Lockhart.
Who the fuck
And
is she? I don't know.
Yeah, and she gives less of a shit about this mystery person because she just is sick of looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Is upset.
I'm gonna make it, if it's okay. I imagine like Lockhart maybe started moving this way, so she's a bit more out of view, and took the long way around.
Yeah,
Just
you
kinda went like-
slid all the way around the room,
Yep.
just casually like, don't mind me.
I don't
Walk
wanna be
over
in the
some of
middle
the
this,
broken glass.
three-way roommate fight.
Emotionally charged conversation. Locker doesn't do emotions.
Dude, she did her best in the elevator, okay?
Lockhart struggles with emotions, and she emotioned out trying to confess to Kaya something important.
Exactly. So she's over here on this side of the desk, and I don't even want to say she's like at the desk, but more standing kind of to the side of it. So she's more out of view of Lindis, if possible. And also kind of like drumming her fingers along the keys, trying to make it sound as rhythmic as possible. So it's not a...
Just disguise.
This is my favorite way that this could have gone, where you have the smart characters who are computer experts and techno wizards who have to deal with the social character, and then you have the one like certified anti-computer person who has to hack.
And I will also point out that in the background all of this, because the window is fucking open, is still chaos from the outside.
Which is that's a good reminder. So Lockhart, as you walk over the window, you can look out. There are government and police aerial vehicles that are circling the crowd outside. There are fires on cars. There are like full-on fist fights and like people ducked and behind cover. It looks like a war zone. And through it all, there is still rock music playing. There is still a concert going on in the midst of what is a live firefight between a bunch of different people. Factions at this point have formed. The government has been hailed, and they are trying to intervene. And it's not clear if the government are helping the police or hurting the police, or somewhere in the middle. Shit is insane outside.
We owe Calamity
so much. Yeah.
Okay. So, Lockhart, you are going to be punching buttons on this computer. You walk over to it, and you can see there is an alert. There's a notification on a program called Net Defense, and the Net Defense program, as you like carefully, surreptitiously open it, Lindis is looking in this direction, mind you. She's looking at Kaya, so she's not paying attention to you at all. You don't have to log into the computer because it's already open. But as you look at the net defense program, you can see that there is a digital recreation of this room. And it, like, there's a warning pop-up that has a bunch of codes and error messages and, like, warnings and indications on it. If you want to try and roll to understand them, you can, but I don't think you care.
Yeah, no.
I will also point out a thing that I think needs to be reminded.
Uh-huh.
We do technically have one person who's kind of trained in hacking, who is not hacking at the moment. Is not
Very.
trapped.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmic.
You could try to radio in Cosmic.
With the brain cells combined.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You rub them together and start a fire.
And
Mhm.
I don't know if it would help much, but, like, he's also with the scientists. So, I'm sure between the four of them.
There somewhere is Cosmic huddled by a computer with both Ben Getty and Maxine over each shoulder, just like, I don't know what this is. What does it look like? This looks fancy. And they're just like looking at this completely made up architecture that none of them have ever seen before.
I don't know
so
if it would help. But if we went through all the possible things that could help Locker in this instance, she also does have Leo.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, could Leo have a little camera on him?
Yeah, sure. Leo can have a little camera sensor.
Yeah. Because, he's like the Spy Kids beetle, so he's got to see somehow.
Yeah, he's Locker's little spy buddy.
Canon, you can note it, Amy. I will make it canon. He has a little camera so that you can spy on people on him, and he has a little, just like the thing from Spy Kids, a little like magnet grappling hook.
Yes.
It's not very long. It's not a very intense, powerful magnet, but it's enough that he can stick to some metal thing and swing like Spider-Man.
Hell yeah.
So, in my head, how I'm imagining this is baby Larry, or not Larry, Leo has a, like, she taps him a bit or something, like to kind of click a button or like, hey, wake up. And it's
There's
like the signal. It's like a signal to turn the camera on and look. She'll like signal to point.
Okay. He is engaged.
And I'll send a text to Ben Getty saying, look at the camera feed or something.
Okay. He is tuned in. You get a message like, what the fuck am I looking at? There's a rapid series of messages of like, what am I looking at? Are you screen recording a laptop? And then there's like 3 or 4 messages of just that sort of thing, where he is struggling to be like, wait, I don't understand what is this? What do you need help with? What am I doing? And then the program, and he starts to acknowledge the program. And then he starts commenting on the program. While Ben Getty is slowly bringing himself up to speed. Kaya, what are you doing in this moment? What are you and Legacy doing in this moment with Lindis?
Cool. Emotionally charged conversation. Oh, dramatic music. Lower you real quick. It just crescendoed at that moment. Yeah. Kaya is the type of person who would try and reach and get through to Lindis. Because, I mean, she knows Legacy isn't actually here. Lockhart is capable, and is capable of running. if things go bad. Kaya, she's not really gonna think about herself getting out of the situation. So she's gonna try and keep pressing. Because I imagine, Legacy, you're pulling up like all like the internet images.
Yeah, essentially, if there's something that like Legacy knows she can find fast to like
Mhm.
prove the point, she's pulling it up as the conversation is happening for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing that Legacy still has up her sleeve is like that's not like wide knowledge in internet shit. It would be the thermal.
Mm-hmm.
Thermal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like Kaya sees the internet images and just all this evidence of like, no, there's a good relationship there. And Kaya pulls out her phone. Personal images that were not posted because Kaya doesn't really use social media.
Mm-hmm.
Logan opens up her phone, just frustrated. Logan probably pulls up a video that I imagine, if you will let me, DM.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Lindis was the type to ask for favors and to also steal Kaya's phone.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
and she also really liked Too Cute and hung out in person a lot. So what if Lindis asked Kaya for a favor for like Too Cute's birthday, bake her a cake, and Lindis took Kaya's phone to shoot a video of them.
Ooh. Okay. So you want like a birthday video?
Yeah. Something super personal, not on the internet, because Kaya doesn't use social media.
So here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Who all would be in this video?
I assume roommates. I assume Too Cute, Cosmic, and Lindis, of course. And
Okay.
I think that would be it, because this would be before we met the NPCs in the militia.
Would you have, for the purposes of like a feel good birthday recording,
Mm-hmm.
would Kaya and subsequently Legacy, would Kaya have bullied Legacy into turning off the facial scrambling stuff just for this video, knowing that it would not be posted anywhere?
The thing is, I don't really think Kaya would really care all that much.
I mean, I imagine if it's like a birthday thing. Honestly, like Legacy mainly turned that shit on when she knew that Lindis was streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
I
going
was
in
gonna
and
say
out of
like
Lindis's room. Like
the
Legacy dragging herself out of her own room for cake.
Coming out of her gremlin cave.
Okay. I definitely was going to say like if at any point you pull up a stream of the a Linda stream, would it be any of the ones that feature No Face Roommate?
Since Legacy has not been talking about herself, probably not. She's one
Gotcha.
of the ones that are like real close up and like showing the relationship of Lindis and these other people.
Gotcha.
Legacy does not want to involve herself right now because she's too pissed off.
Fair enough. Okay, so you can pull out this very special, like, unique video that actually has everyone's face in it, so that she can look at them and see them. Now, make me a charm check, and I will give you a green. You can have an extra green.
Trying to
Make
see
me
if any other skill I could argue for.
What other skill? What other
I'm
skill
trying
would
to-
you submit?
I'm trying to look and see literally anything because that's my lowest.
Okay.
Um.
Lockhart, in the meantime, I want you to make me a sysops check to access this computer. You roll me a sysops check. I will give you Ben Getty's help, which will be worth I will actually let you roll on as though you were rolling for Ben Getty.
Hey. I'm gonna grab his sheet. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Sweet. She's used to taking instructions from this dude. Come on. Oh, wow.
He is, yeah, he breaks the rules.
He is very smart.
Does he get any assist from Maxine or Cosmic?
Oh, oops.
Never mind.
Sir.
Remember, someone has a back door to the system? Like,
oh, it's really just rolling to like follow instructions carefully. The accessing is very easy. Lockhart, you are following instructions very carefully, and I want you to roll me a sysops check at 2 purple. Because Ben Getty knows what he's doing.
Hey!
Following instructions!
Like a well-oiled machine.
Push that button. No, not that one.
I imagine Lockhart looks very, very intensely focused, but also a little bit frustrated that it is boiling down to careful computer work instruction.
Yep.
Look at this paper.
You are following through on the careful shutdown process of the netting that is here, that is entrapping Legacy. Kaya.
Okay, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Alright. So, I can't really find a skill that uses the other abilities that would really fit.
Okay.
So, I would like to ask, could I use another presence skill and still get that extra green?
What skill?
Can I use... This is a reach.
Uh-huh.
Could I possibly use leadership? Because mom friend?
I will let you use leadership because mom friend. If for no other reason than the fact that you coordinated all of these people to get in front of a video camera to record a birthday video. And that does take a non-zero amount of leadership skill.
See, that's the reason why Kaya has 1 presence. The only skill I put 1 rank in is leadership, so she has 1 yellow for leadership.
Perfect. Make me a leadership check. Now you will get 2 blue.
Okay.
It'll be, and remember, you still have 2 story points you can use if you want.
Mm-hmm.
And you will make this check at 2 purple.
Okay. Just want to clarify. Am I adding that extra green or no?
Oh, yes, you're right. You do get an extra green.
Okay, cool. That's 1 yellow, 1 green, 2 purple, 2 blue. Z, what is the statistics on that? Should I upgrade it?
Considering we don't know if we're gonna have to have a fight, no.
Okie doke. Understood. Alright, come
You
on,
have
birthday.
more positive dice than negative dice, you're probably fine.
You got this.
Yes!
1 success.
Oh, it's all I fucking need.
Okay.
Roller coaster of the system.
Mom, you know you cannot be home birthday videos. Pure love and nostalgia went into that. Making memories of people who care about each other. It's Kaya's specialty.
Lindis looks very distraught. She's watching this video, and like initially she is like against it. She's like, I don't know what you want to show me, but and she catches part of it out of the corner of her eye and then looks at it. Do you say anything while you show it to her, or do you just let it play?
I feel like she lets it play for a little bit. I feel like the only thing Kaya would say is just a very quiet, Lynn, you know me? You know I'm a shit liar? Do you really think I'm not telling you the truth right now?
She watches the video. Silently watches it. And you can see that her eyes start to like shine with tears. They're not falling quite yet. At least not right now. And she watches the video play until it is done. And she looks up at you and will ask you, what is the truth?
Oh, does Legacy open her mouth?
Does Legacy open her mouth?
Does she? Does she beat Kaya to it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more. I think she would have just enough self-control to like. Does Kaya seem to be working on an answer, or
Yeah, thinking
quickly
about it.
answering?
Just taking a
Mulling it
moment to
over.
think. Yeah.
And Legacy just kind of takes like a half step to the side to come into the peripheral, and she will cut to the end of that thermal video where you see both Too Cute and Linda's die and start playing it. The truth is, you told Joseph Diego to stuff it. You told him he was an egomaniac and you had no interest. And he couldn't handle that and felt he needed to control you.
She sees that. Do you let that video play?
Yeah.
Even the part where Joseph Diego kicks the bodies?
Yes.
Lindis watches, and you can see like the place where sorrow had started to settle over her heart starts to burble and boil. And you see she like frowns, and then the frown becomes more distorted. And then it turns into this just twisted grimace of disgust. And she's going to swing, but there's nothing to hit. But she like takes a step, and Kaya, you can feel the wind from this as she swings her fist and swings it through where Legacy is and just hits nothing but air. But there is a whoosh like somebody swung a sledgehammer. And she shouts like, fuck off! Fuck you! Fuck this! Fuck everything! And she turns around and grabs the edge of this desk. Lockhart. I need you to make one more computer sysops check.
Okay.
You will get 3 purple. Or sorry, not 3 purple. 2 purple, but you will get 3 blue because Bengetti is still helping you. But you have the instruction. You know what to do. You just have to do it before she picks the desk up.
I'm gonna be honest here, guys. I kind of want to boost this.
If it fucking gets Legacy out of here, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty important. We don't want her trapped.
So you said 2 purple, 3 blue?
2 purple, 3 blue. Yeah.
Okay. And then upgrade.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Lockhart, you are typing as fast as you possibly can, just as quietly as you can, and then you hear the shouting, and then you look up and you hear a crunch and a bend. This is a metal desk. She grips it, and you can see the metal bend under her fingertips, and you hear the whole desk as she yanks, and she gives it one good heave. She is definitely stronger than she should be. And just as you hit the enter key on some command, the desk heaves up into the air, swooshes right past the edge of your nose, and clips the edge of your, like, the locks of your own hair. And it goes up and over and lands right on where you are, Legacy, but it hits nothing. And as this desk comes over the top and starts to fall on where you are, your vision goes black and the netting disappears, and you are in front of a window again in that blue chip sky network space that is not at all where you were before. Legacy is vanished from the room. And as far as Lindis is convinced, Lindis killed her.
You know what?
Legacy, you are free.
You fucking thought, bitch. I am more powerful now.
I feel like Legacy is petty enough to message Lindis from like a burner account. I lived, bitch. But oh boy.
I should be able to jumping jack now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
And now we're going to go into combat.
We're
going to
in
turn-
danger.
Legacy on. You are still going to be here for the purposes of the turn order.
Yes.
Oops. But this desk crashes onto the fucking floor. It explodes and erupts into tangled, like, metal shrapnel and shatters everywhere. It just scatters all over the ground. I'm gonna move some tokens out of the way.
Just gonna.
Ah, fuck.
Yep.
We should have had
Yeah.
we should have had something this entire time that I forgot the Legacy had. Because she's
What?
not been around people this entire time. She also has heightened awareness, so everybody was supposed to be getting 1 or 2 blue on perception and vigilance for Legacy as well.
Oh,
Wait, Legacy has it too?
Yep.
Let's go.
Hey.
Hey.
That was my way of trying to equate the boost she gave to cybernetic allies.
Mm.
yeah.
Rerolling vigilance are cool.
It's gonna be cool.
Lovely. My 1 green.
Lockhart,
Oh, sorry.
you're good.
You get the blue still. Oh, it's cool. Never mind. It's not
It's
vigilance.
cool.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad. My
Nope,
bad.
not this time.
Still all good.
Big sad. Cool. Actually, I can just use this thingy, huh? Roll. Cool. Roll.
Ooh. Lindis beats you by a fraction. She slams this desk onto the ground, and she is in a boiling rage. Kaya, what's your athletics score here?
1 yellow, 2 green? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
She slams this desk onto the ground. It explodes, like breaks into the floor, and you just have a heap of twisted, broken metal in front of you with other bits of desk, like from the inside, just sprayed all over. You still have that paper, Kaya. But before you have an opportunity to really examine it, you've dealt with Lindis, and now Lindis looks at you, and she is going to snatch out at you. Do you have any defense?
1.
You have 1 defense? Okay. Then I'm going to upgrade this. She's going to try to grab you. Wow. Well, she gets a triumph. I will say that she's barely on the board. So Lindis is restraining herself, but it could have fucking fooled you, Kaya, because she takes a step forward with 1 threat. Do you want to give her some strain?
If she can take strain?
She can.
Yes.
Okay. She will take 1 strain. She takes 1 step forward, crunches ceramic underneath her feet, and snatches you by the neck and holds you up. She is shorter than you, but in this moment, yeah, with the full extent of her arm, she is able to hoist you off the ground just a few inches. But this is an insane amount of strength from her. And she stares like hate-filled daggers at you, and is just like grumbling underneath, or like gurgling and grumbling with rage, and just says, "You let me die." That's going to be her turn. The maintenance drone is going to go. The maintenance drone, who's been standing at attention this whole time, perks up. Violence detected. It's going to try to intervene.
Please.
Sugar.
Please.
Now, question. It has a good athletics score. Do you want it to try to break the grapple, or do you want it to try and attack Lindis?
Is she actively choking Kaya?
A little. She hasn't choked you yet, but she will on her next turn start to choke you out.
I'd like to not be choked.
I'd like to not.
Yeah, I'd like to not. If that's okay with you.
Okay.
There are some boundaries here. Lindis, we're not that
Okay.
close.
It will try to break the grapple with Lindis. It's going to be difficult, but it will try. Oof. It's going to be very difficult, but it's going to try. I will also upgrade this for posterity. Unfortunately, it is not able to break the grapple. It like latches onto Lindis's arm, and it tries to like pull her arm down to set you on the ground. And you can hear the servos whirring in its arms as it's trying to set you back down. And then it turns to Lindis and says, "Please restrain yourself." That is going to be its turn. Lockhart, shit has popped off.
Zoom. Okay, I can't go through this desk, but this desk isn't here anymore, so...
Yeah. Zoop.
Mhm.
Zoom.
Zoom.
Well,
Sorry, I missed it because I was laughing still. Was the grapple broken or not?
No, it was not broken.
Okay.
The robot was too weak, unfortunately.
I'd like to
Unfortunately.
try and break that grapple.
Everyone
Break
take a
that grapple?
crack at it,
Okay.
because that's just gonna hurt.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Legacy's got
It
it
is-
if Lockhart doesn't.
Okay,
It
cool.
is a contested roll. It will be against her athletics score.
Okay.
Her athletics is. Did I get her score wrong?
Oh, good job.
No. No, I didn't. Her is going to be red, red, purple.
Red, red, purple. Okay.
Yep.
Got these. Double checking any stuffs I got. Okay. Eesh.
Oof.
Damn.
Okay. With a despair,
Ooh.
with 3 advantage, do you want to try to spend your advantage? I don't. Why is the thing that gives suggestions gone?
Might have got broke with the update.
Damn it.
Whack.
With 3 advantage, you can knock her prone.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Which will break the grapple, right?
It will. Yes. With the despair, though, I'm going to throw this on top. You can reach over, break the grapple with Kaya, barely pry her loose from Lindis's death grip. But as you do, Lindis switches, changes gears, turns on you, and goes to grab you, and she will grapple you around the neck as you both tumble to the ground. So you are both prone, and she is now choking you.
May I make a comment as she's trying to break the grapple?
Sure.
She'd say something along the lines of you're just like your predecessor. It's the only move you know.
Ooh. Legacy, it is your turn. You can't see anything in the way that you were seeing it, but you can see some semblance of things. You are aware that shit has popped off.
So, question here is whether or not one of my actions can count here.
Mm-hmm.
I have the snare action, so once per session, I make a computer's check. If I succeed, once before the end of the encounter, I can spend a story point to force a character in the encounter to make a vigilance check. If they fail, they're staggered.
Ooh. Okay, I like that.
So
Oh my god.
Legacy use the jumping jack thing that we have established
Yes,
to jump
I will
into
say.
her system and try to stagger.
I will say, you can, if you roll me a hacking check, you can attempt it. Why did Lindis's? You're gonna roll against Lindis's sysops.
Okay.
It is going to be red, red, purple.
Double check again over here because it's been a hot second, and I have a lot of shit. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work here. Not using the icebreaker. next one would be my distinctive style count here. It says while making computers check to hack a system or break into a secured network. It says counting.
This will count because she is a secured network.
And I automatically add a couple things where fixed results. There it is. Why is there a black on here? I have black right now? Two red and the one purple, right?
Just 2 red and the 1 purple. She does her defense, I will say, does not apply to her computer systems.
I may have misclicked there.
A triumph and a despair.
Those don't cancel each other out?
No. So that lets me into her system. Can I go ahead and roll the snare, or do you want me to resolve this first?
Yeah, you can roll the snare. I thought the snare just happened.
No, I have to roll a sysops check first.
Gotcha. Then go ahead and roll your sysops check for the snare.
That is 3. Sysops. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my story point then. And,
Okay.
So she needs to do a 4 vigilance check.
Difficulty 4 vigilance check.
Pretty sure.
E.
Daunting vigilance, yes.
Okay. That is 1 failure and 4 threat.
So she is staggered.
Yep,
Until
she
the
is
end of her
staggered
next
as
turn.
hell.
And
Actually, you can
4
also extend it,
threat?
right?
Yeah, I can set
Yeah.
it for. You said how many threat?
4.
2 additional turns. She's staggered for 3.
She staggered for 3 turns.
Mm-hmm.
What is? Hold on, let me look at what staggered does so I can remember. Stagger. Oh. Well, it's not in the GM toolkit that I have anymore. Stagger. What does stagger do?
Should be on the Xandria sheet somewhere. Hold on.
A staggered target cannot perform actions.
Yeah, only maneuvers.
Okay.
So that is 1 despair my direction.
For 1 despair. Let me see here. For a despair, a successful trace. I will give her a successful trace on you because I don't really think there's anything else she could really quite do. Which I think you had a couple of backed up.
Yeah. I think that means that she'll need 1 more trace to find me, all things told.
Yep. Just 1 more.
But I will also, I have a triumph and an advantage between things. I'm gonna go ahead and recover 2 strain if that's okay.
Yep.
God, I wish that were me.
Look, man. I have not been taking any wounds. I've been going up and down and up and down and up and down and strain for like 4 sessions now. But that is all I can do.
Okay.
Have at it.
Then, last but not least, Kaya, you are freed from the chokehold,
Fucking
and now she has Lockhart on the ground in a chokehold.
Well, shit.
I will tell you, above table, showing her stuff will give you a benefit. Showing her or telling her things.
Well, what?
Showing her pieces of her past or telling her about herself or like doing what I said, like for the like plowing through it kind of thing. Doing that will net you some benefit.
Okay. How's Lockhart looking? Like on the ground, in the chokehold. Does she look like she needs to be gotten out of it?
My friend, do you not want the iron vice around your neck?
Yeah. Iris?
Yeah, I mean, she'd prefer not to have it on around her neck, but she intentionally instigated her to get aggro, essentially. Lockhart looks determined, but also, you know,
Not a good
Air
position
is
for
good.
anyone to be in.
Yeah, Air is good.
Okay. So, I mean, we know what she is. I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kaya is going to make a magnet.
Amazing.
Hey!
Give me 1 second. I can use the bathroom. I'm sorry.
Okay. You know how to deal with red. Make a fucking magnet.
I have 3 turns where all she can do is pretty much run. Run or guard.
And if we make a magnet, none of that. I love that this is a thing that started the first time we encountered Red in person.
Yep.
And it's just been carrying through every time we encounter. Strong. Fucking cybernetic metal-filled person who's gonna kick our ass. Just glue him. Stop it.
They can't hurt you if they can't reach you.
Yep.
Which, maybe take a few steps back or something. If you want to.
What? No. Kaya's got shit to tell her. Gonna fucking handcuff her to the ground with a magnet.
Handcuff her hand to the ground.
I have idea for next round for Legacy if she's not having to try and save y'all.
Oh? Hell yeah. Alright. Yes, waiting in the wings to be called on. Alright. I'll also take this chance to run to the back.
Right as Joe comes back, probably.
Oh! So explain to me how, like, the 4th threat. What did you do to it? To do her? To what?
Huh?
So she was staggered from the snare.
Huh?
But that only gives staggered 1?
Yeah, so it's staggered for 1 round if they fail. And for each additional threat after that, or for each additional 2 threat after that, you can stagger them for an additional round. So essentially there was 4.
Oh.
It was 2 more rounds.
Gotcha. Okay. That's brutal.
She could only do it once per encounter, though, so.
That's really good. Oh, and before I forget, I am going to slightly nerf stunning so that it's a little bit less
Hello.
like insane. Just so you're aware, Iris. Stun or stun? One. Stun. Weapon with stun strains the target where stun quality is activated, inflicts strain equal to the weapon's stun rating. Yeah. So, what does the glove do?
The glove can palm stunner. It's only 1 stun damage. But I'll
On damage.
yeah. Let me
Which
see
should,
if I
which
can.
should mean that it's 1 strain.
Yeah. Okay. So I will say you can do one of two things with your stun. You can have it deal all stun damage, but it still gets hit by soak, or you can have it deal 1 stun damage as normal and it doesn't get reduced by soak.
So repeat that because you cut out. So
oh, sorry. So as a free action, the wielder can choose to switch the setting of the weapon to stun. It does stun damage when the weapons with stun setting are used. Yeah, so you deal stun damage equal to the stun rating.
okay.
Which, if she only has stun 1, it only is doing 1
Yeah.
stun damage.
Yeah. Okay, so you only deal 1 strain damage, but you get a free strain damage anytime you hit. That's how I understand it.
Isn't that what it was doing already?
I thought before it was dealing all of its damage as stun damage. So it would
No.
do like 9 strain or something.
This is what's doing the extra stun. Can I play it? Can I have it like... It's Knockout Punch. Your character adds the stun quality to their brawl combat checks. The rating is equal to 2 plus your character's ranks and coordination.
That makes so much more sense. Okay. I fully understand now.
Yeah, I took a talent specifically for stun damage.
Gotcha. Okay. Then, rewinding. Kaya, you're doing a magnet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pulling up my mechanics check. Do. What's the purple on this again?
Is it a set DC from your talent?
I'm trying to see if I can pull that up quick. It's not this.
Because if it doesn't say, I'll just say 3 purple and I will
Make a
upgrade it
mechanics
once.
check. Reveal space. Difficulty is based on the item's rarity, because I'm using the Mad Inventor talent that I have. So how? I guess you.
How rare
You
is
decide?
a giant magnet in this world, Joe?
Yeah.
Or a magnet big enough to stop a red. It would be a pretty sizable magnet. I will say 3 purple, but I will upgrade it to 1 red and 2 purple.
Okay. I can add 2 blue to this. fucking change how my sheet is formatted and drive me insane. Okay, so you said 1 red, 2 purple?
Yeah.
Can add my 2 blue. Fuck ton of dice incoming.
Bunch of dice.
Can I recover that strain?
I will say you can recover half of that in strain. You can recover 3 strain.
But okay. All right, so have 3 advantages left then. 2 success, 1 despair. Oh boy. Fuck, where's the thingy to use to spend the things?
Actually, if you really want to, yeah, I don't know where that attachment is, but if you really want to spend it all to recover strain, you can recover all that strain.
I was at 9 out of 11.
Sure.
Is why. Is why I was like, oh my god, if I fucking get a mild headache, she's out. Unless I'm trying to find the thing to fucking.
Hold
Where
a
the-
second. Let me copy and paste this real fast.
Where is it? Aha! It's in the resources. There it is. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, okay, I'll do half.
You're
To
not doing all
appease God.
6? You can recover all 6. I give you permission to recover strain.
Because I feel like rolling a blue to a friend would be very helpful.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm. So I recover a couple. Tree. And I'd like to use 1 next allied check blue.
Gotcha.
And can I do the remaining 2 to any allied next check?
So give 2 blue to the next ally?
So
Or give
what?
1 blue to the
next
maintenance
one.
throne. And
Yeah.
then 1 blue to whoever you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are you picking?
Probably the one in a chokehold.
Okay. So 1 blue to Lockhart and 1 blue to Robot.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And does she have the magnet like now, or is it going to be in like a turn or 2?
You will have the magnet now. You have it in your hand.
Okay. Cool.
You will be finished making it. But as for the despair, I will say that you run out of scrap. You have just enough to make this magnet, and then you run out.
Well. Okay, so no more building stuff. Understood. Okay, so like while she's like making this and they're on the floor, she probably just like kind of leap back a little bit because of like holy shit.
Yeah.
As she's doing this, she's just like, I think she's just gonna double down. She's stubborn. She's a stubborn motherfucker. And I think what she's gonna do is she's just gonna start saying personal anecdotes and stuff. Things with all 3 of them. Talking about how like the 2 of you used to just take over the living room when a new game came out. You set up a projector so you can have a quad stream with 3 of you and someone else. She stayed over so much we hardly even saw you sometimes because you're over at her place.
Okay. I will say you can impose a black onto her next check as well. You are reminding her of who she used to be. This really does have the energy of I'm going to save you whether you like it or not.
Yeah. You're going to eat your fucking medicine and you're going to like it. But yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Top of the round, it's Lindis. She cannot do anything. She is going to shell up and do as defensive a thing as she can. I'm going to say that she's still able to maintain the grapple. She just can't do anything else. But she is going to like start to maneuver herself into a more defensive position. And it's going to be the maintenance drone's turn.
Well,
The maintenance drone.
I will throw this
Huh?
out to you, Joan. As a reminder, she can't do actions, but she can still do any maneuver.
Yes, I will give her a defensive stance maneuver because that's I think really all she can do.
Yeah, I was just like, in the way you phrased it, I wasn't sure if you were forgetting
Oh.
that the maneuvers were a thing.
Gotcha. Let's see here. Now this maintenance drone is gonna try to hit her. She's still very difficult to hit because she does have adversary.
I was wondering what those little symbols were.
Yes, it makes her. She has adversary 2 actually. So it makes instead of 2 purple, it is 2 red. And she is defensive, but she is also prone on the ground. So I'll give a blue to robot. That. Wow, the robot hits with 1 success and 1 advantage. He can't really do anything with an advantage, a singular advantage. He'll push a blue to Lockhart, and then he will deal 5, 6. He will deal 1 damage to Lindis. The robot walks over and just goes, "Stop resisting," and rears back a hand and shoves the fucking taser right into the small of her back. And she lights up, like fully electrified. And that's going to be robot turn. Lockhart, it's your turn. You have 2 blues.
Let me out of this grapple.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check. It's going to be 2 red and a purple.
2 red and a purple?
Yes, plus 1 black.
1 black?
And 2 blue.
And 2 blue. Okay.
So many fucking dice, dude.
I love it.
You're free.
Yes. Love all the dice.
You wriggle yourself out of her grip, and as you manage to escape from it, you can hear her gritting her teeth from the electrocution, and she just goes, "I never liked you."
Not much was very clear.
She's remembering.
Yeah.
This is good.
You know what? If I may.
Uh-huh.
So she broke the grapple. Could she roll over onto Lindis?
Like roll into a reverse, like straddling position, so you're on top of her?
Yeah, so I can hold her down.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I would like to do.
Yeah. With your 2 successes and 2 advantages, you just swoop right around so that you're in the dominant position of the grapple.
Hands on arms. Kind of straddling her.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to hold her down while Kaya
fashions a
like
magnet out of a car battery.
Yeah, but this is like an exorcism, basically.
It's kind of is. Oh my god!
Like a techno exorcism.
So, yeah, she'll roll over and be like, "I thought you didn't know me."
Hmm.
And like shove her down, holding her arms down. Like the
Okay, I'll say that counts. That counts as reminding her.
Because they did not have a very good meeting and interaction.
It was short and it was not very sweet. Legacy, it's your turn.
So I want to try a bullshit here.
Mm-hmm.
So, does this room have mics and speakers somehow? Please. Or you know what?
Sure,
I can use Larry.
you can.
I can
If you
use
jumping
the
back
Larry
to
bot.
Larry, yeah.
So Legacy is going to. She's out, so she can make this connection in this call. She's going to call Cosmic
Okay.
and immediately hook him into Larry to start play.
I'll do you one better. If you still have the combat drone on your system too, so you can hook him into the combat drone if you wanted.
Something more useful.
Sure. But she's essentially, as soon as she like calls and like you hear the cosmic hello, she's like, I can't explain.
Hello.
We have found Lindis. The not Lindis.
Well-
She's freaking out. We need you to talk to her about what you remember of her at 2Q.
There's a long pause, and you can't hear it, but you can't hear it or see it, but there is just a sensation of like a nodding on the other side of the line. And you hear after that brief pause, okay.
Shoot. Fucking. He is now in the combat drone because that has more vocal patterns.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, if you want to patch him through to the Larry robot, it would sound like, Lindis, do you remember?
Okay. Chat bot, whatever the
Mhm.
fuck, AI.
Like a shitty like Microsoft Sam voice.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you patch the drone through so that Cosmic can speak directly to Lindis. Cosmic, he patches through, and there's like an awkward pause because he doesn't know how to start, and he's like just kind of comes on and says, hello. And Kaya, you hear Cosmic's voice coming out of the fucking security drone now.
What the fuck?
The security drone, which is still restraining or trying to tase Lindis, it is not operably piloted by Cosmic, but Cosmic's voice is coming out of the speaker.
Head whips the robot. Cause?
Hi, I'm supposed to help. Is Lindis there? And Lindis is like currently struggling and just like just like underneath you, Locke. Lindis, do you remember when we stayed up really late to get the first patch of the new competitive game? And we didn't actually go to sleep for like 48 hours? And Lindis is like grunting and like resisting and trying to rip herself out from underneath you, Lockhart, but she's still like hiccuping and hitching in her arms and joints from the snare program. But you can see she's gritting her teeth and her eyes are starting to well up with tears again, but her expression is still one of like rage. Legacy, is that your turn?
I don't know if you'd let me do anything else because that felt like a lot.
I will let you speak too if you want to speak. Mm-hmm. Or do you want to maintain your anonymity?
Could she also come through the robot?
Yeah, I think so. Because you already have it on tap. You can patch yourself and
Conference call.
So there's not necessarily a breaking you anonymity if they're both coming through the same thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He doesn't know that the hacker was you.
Yeah.
thinking about what Legacy would say.
Mhm.
As Legacy.
Mhm. It wasn't just that time the two of you stayed up. How many times I was trying to sleep? And 3 of you were so fucking loud.
She like at the sound of your voice, Legacy, you can see it very clearly. Legacy, you don't have access to a camera at the moment, at least not without patching into Leo. But Kaya, you can see that Lindis from underneath Lockhart is like gritting her teeth, and at the sound of Legacy's voice, you see her like her eyebrow and brow line kind of soften and then harden right back to where that frustration was, and soften again. And she's like hearing the voice of someone she has not heard for so long. It's been literally weeks for her. Months of not seeing either roommate, and now she's seeing them, and it's a mess. And you can see something in her start to like waver. It is your turn, Kaya.
Gotta keep. Okay, so what exactly is the positioning here between Lockhart and Lindis?
Hold on one second. Let me do this.
Linda's on the ground, Lockhart sitting on her.
Okay,
Yeah.
is Lindis facing the ground or facing upwards?
Lindis is facing the floor.
Okay. This
It's sorta
might
like
get real exorcism hours.
then Lockhart is like sitting behind her like this. That's what I imagined.
Has Lockhart pinned her hands together?
Yes, for now.
For now. Okay, cool. Because the reason why I say this might get real exorcism hours is if her hands are like pinned together, magnet hands to
Between
floor.
You'd have to flip her over to do that. You can do that if you want to magnet her hands together and slap them to the floor.
On 3.
She's still staggered, so you have the opportunity. I will let you do it.
Yeah, hey Lockhart, want to try? While she's staggered.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Kaya comes in with the fucking magnet. Makes a gesture of like, just, can you turn her over? And I'll just rush in with... And imagine that's all Lockhart really needs to hear.
How do we do this, DM?
You use your action and you just do it. You don't have to roll anything.
Okay, yeah. Roll her over. Hands.
You flip. It's like 1, 2, 3, and with the combination of the snare that you don't see, the invisible digital lasso that has tied around her entire body, on top of Lockhart like restraining her arms, she is like, it looks almost like she's having a seizure, but you can see that she is like trying to move with intention. So it's not random shakes that are just like affected. It's like she is pushing and pulling against some invisible like container. And then you slap the magnet onto her wrists and then slap it onto the ground. And you have essentially magnetized her in a straitjacket to the floor.
Kaya continues on with the reminder of anecdotes. With like, when you had me build you a custom rig so that you could have a 2-player setup just for her to come over more because you wanted to hang out with her. I spent like a week welding that for you. You wanted it to be pink. You have any idea how fucking hard it was for me to find pink sorta?
From beneath, like as you are magnetizing her to the ground, you can see her eyes like follow your hands, and she looks up at you kind of in this upside down and backwards position, and you can hear her grit through her teeth. You weren't there when I died.
We tried to be. We tried so fucking hard to get to you.
going to be the maintenance drone's turn. Lindis is going to continue to try and break free, but be unable to. She's down to one last staggered. Maintenance drone is going to lay on the pain.
God, this is just a techno exorcism.
Technocism.
And instead of holy water, we're just a liberal use of a taser.
The maintenance drone not maintenance drone, the security drone without any hesitation runs over, takes a knee next to her, turns the taser upside down in reverse grip, and then shoves it right into her tummy and just. And you can see Lindis go taut, and she strains against the magnet and the invisible bonds, the binding around her, but she is not breaking free. That one actually failed to do any damage, but I will say it can impart on her a strain. Now, Lockhart, is your turn. She's getting a little bit more movement back.
She just wants to restrain her more. I honestly didn't even imagine her getting up off of her. She's still straddling her to hold her down more, to keep her in place. Do we have anything else that could assist in the area? Let's see.
There are these strange space rocks if you want to gamble on some weird bullshit. Alternatively, you could take some of the metal from the desk, some of the debris or a chair, and try to stack it on top of her. Or wrap it around her hands.
Her hands are already dealt with. It's her legs that are more the issue.
You could take some piece of the scrap over the desk and try to bend it around her legs.
Contain.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do that,
It'll
and
use your action.
Yeah, do that, and if possible, just kind of reinforce it with her own hands, kind of thing. She's not trying to hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing trying to hurt her at this point is the drone tasing her for strain.
Yep.
It is trying to hurt her.
And even
Stop
then,
resisting.
if it's strain, then it'll knock her out. It won't kill her. Just
Mm-hmm.
it's okay, nap time, Buzz.
Okay, so you wrap her legs. It's gonna be your turn, Legacy.
Cosmic have an anecdote.
Cosmic is. Oh, let me roll for Cosmic. I'm gonna see if he's willing to gamble on something. Because he's smart.
Let the boy be involved finally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're in the climax of the action, man. This is your moment.
Cosmic, is stammering and just kind of goes, when I've heard that you were at the hotel in Sishan and you were in trouble, I felt really bad that I couldn't be there. And after I learned that you died, I went to take a self-defense course because I didn't want to let someone in my life vanish like you did. And I don't know if it helped, but I like to think that all of my involvement in all this stuff is because of you and what happened to you.
Oh, the boy.
Oh,
The boy.
Wholesome child.
I love him so much.
You can see Lindis is biting her teeth so hard you feel like you can hear them splitting.
Is Legacy being able to hear through this robot at the very least?
Yes. Yeah, you can hear through this robot.
Okay.
It's
So she's
scratchy, but you can hear.
heard the shit going around. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Legacy's just and for like a quick action, she would double check that there's not any like outgoing or incoming signals coming to Lindis that she can cut off if needed. Like control commands or some shit.
Sorry. Repeat that?
Like, I imagine Legacy would try to double check that there's not any like signals that are coming to or from Lindis. That would
Gotcha.
be, like, suggest like a control command of some sort.
Okay. Roll me a... This will be a sysops check, because you're trying to assess incoming signals to her. And it'll be 3 purple. It's slightly complex, but not so complex it's out of your wheelhouse. Holy moly. Okay. With 5 successes, from what you can tell, there is a lot of there's a lot of stuff happening with her system right now. But no signals coming outward. There's no outside control measure here. Everything that she is going through is purely internal.
Okay. Just trying to make sure that there's not like information being fed that we don't want her to have or send out. Imagine Lacey, like, as she's like checking that, get very frustrated. What the fuck do you want? Us to have been in that room with that bastard as he blew you up? You died trying to protect us. And we killed him to protect you.
You, like, as this comes through, Kaya and Lockhart, you can see Lindis is, like, very steadily, because she's still kind of short-circuiting on movement. He is moving her head left to right, like, a combination of saying no and also disbelief. Kaya, it's your turn.
Okay. What can Kaya do now that she can't build anything? 5?
Sorry, I'm counting something. Pay no mind to me.
What the fuck are you counting?
I said pay no mind.
I'm paying mind.
You can also just sit on her. She is very small, even if she is a machine.
It's true, she is quite small.
Now
She
a
is.
giant magnet, a piece of metal, a Lockhart, and potentially a Kaya.
And a Kaya just like straddle towards like stomach. Just like, nope, you're not going anywhere. Look at me. Damn it. Don't ignore me. So, you know what I also took?
Uh-huh.
See, I also have snare.
Okay. You want to try to use snare?
I think so. I think if we can prolong the stagger, it'd be good.
Okay, you can try. You'll have to also make a what did I make Legacy make? It was a hacking check of some kind.
Mm-hmm. But since Kaya is hardware person and she's right there,
Yeah.
could it be something more hardware?
It could be. What
Mhm.
hardware? What are you? How do you grab it? Because you're out of scrap.
I mean, I still got tools.
You do got tools.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking here is, because there's like grab snare of like the flavor it as a drone havoc on someone,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like this could be more direct. So just moved it like just straddle on top of Lindis to get access to her, and she's got her like mechanical tool arm, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like more and more like mechanical things are like being visible because she's kind of short circuiting.
She's not short. She's not more and more visibly mechanical, but you can tell that she has a lot of mechanics in her by virtue of how she's reacting to everything.
Mm-hmm. Could Kaya either use like sysops? Well, sysops would be the snare check itself, but like mechanics or even like a science to expose and just like trigger response in system.
I will let you roll mechanics,
Mm-hmm.
but it will be slightly harder. But you have all of the like materials at your disposal with the destroyed desk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's gonna try and continue because I believe the next turn would be the last stagger round.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like to try and extend it a bit.
Gotcha. So
If I
go
can-
ahead, roll me your mechanics. It'll be at 3 purple, but I will upgrade it so it's red, purple, purple.
Red, purple, purple. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Ooh. Okay.
3 successes. Okay.
Right.
So she has to make effectively a save.
Oh, I need to make a psyops check.
No, I'll say that counts in lieu of a psyops check.
Oh, okay.
That's what you were asking for. You instead of using psyops, can I use mechanics?
Oh. It doesn't matter.
Oh, sorry. You can still roll psyops if you want.
Nah, it's okay.
But now I believe she has to make a vigilance check at 4 purple.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna try.
I do have to spend a story point to do this, so I'm just gonna.
Gotcha. She has 1 success, 3 threat, and 1 triumph. So,
Oof.
does she succeed against it?
It's if they fail, they are staggered until the end of their next turn, plus one additional turn per 2 threat.
I will say you can spend 2 of the threat to extend the staggered by 1 turn.
You are gracious. I will take this.
However, it would be remiss of me not to give her something for the triumph.
Mm-hmm.
So with her triumph and 1 success, Lindis will manage to fling out a kick, and she will kick Kaya.
Mm-hmm.
And deal 6 damage before soak.
Okie doke. Understood.
Do you take any damage?
Yeah.
A good
Okay.
chunk.
I take
So as
2 damage.
As you are like trying to, I imagine you take some of the like pieces of the desk and just slap them around more parts of her leg and drill them into the floor. Because fuck it. Just fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck
I don't
the
have
day,
strap.
Fuck the floor. I don't need to prep anything. I don't need to even aim these screws.
Nope, I don't care. Is there a stud? I don't fucking care.
We're going for quantity, not anything else.
I don't have time to find a stud finder.
As you are like rapid fire trying to plow these screws in, she manages to kick a foot up and kick you clean across the jaw, which hurts really badly. Holy shit. It like rings your bell for a second, but you snap back into focus and drill down another 3 or 4 sheets to stagger her for 1 additional round.
Mm-hmm. Is Kai able to get another anecdote in?
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kai just probably reeling from the... Ow! Sorry.
Hi, Manny.
My desk just pinched me on my arm.
Throwing
It's tired
something
of all this desk trauma.
Tim
Right?
should be fair. Here,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Amy, you had to spend a story point to do that.
She did.
She did? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Sorry.
Joe just used one to upgrade the difficulty, and I just put it right back.
Gotcha.
Fuck, sorry, distractions.
You're
My
good.
arm stings. Well, you know, it's probably what Kai is feeling, but worse, you know? Like, feeling this a lot worse. Reeling from the fucking kick. Like, I'm looking at Lindis. And she just says, you kept trying to get me to watch some movies with you? With all of you? Some video game movie? I was too busy working to watch it, but you really wanted... Do you remember what the movie was? Because I don't. It was some game you really liked, the two of yous.
Do you have a movie in mind?
No,
No?
I don't.
Okay.
I imagine in this world there are numerous... Oh, fuck it! Halo movie!
Yeah, perfect. So as you're describing it, her and Cosmic chime in at the same time. And they both say it in unison. They both say, Halo?
Yeah, the church one, right? That's what it is?
Oh my god.
Cosmic immediately just like, it's nothing to do with the church. Lindis, like, gritting her teeth. There's a little bit of a smirk, and the smirk dies, and she just goes, like, right back into gritting her teeth and straining against the restraints. At the top of her turn, she's still staggered. It's gonna be more defense for her. Drone gonna drone. Oops, he gets a blue. She's
on.
prone.
Just fucking knock her out already, drone.
Come on.
He got a despair.
Drone!
He got a success. He does get her.
His hand
So
gets
she is hurt, but as he is like, he tries to lift the taser back up, and it is stuck to the magnet.
No.
He just like jerks, and then he like the camera looks up, and then it jerks. He can't talk anymore. His speaker is occupied.
No!
Lockhart, it's your turn.
So, just to side thing, we're not trying to hurt her, right? Are we trying to stun her?
I think strain is what we're trying to do.
You can strain her out, and
Mhm.
that will knock her out. I will tell you right now, she is. Lockhart, roll me a perception check, because you can threat assess this. Roll me a perception check at 2 purple.
Okay. I want to ask for vigilance.
I will give you 1 blue. Because
What
you are
was that?
standing direct. I will give you 1 blue because you're standing directly next to her.
Okay. And how many purple?
2.
2. Okay.
Perception. Do you guys ever think about how
It's back.
we have
Let's go.
we talk about like perception so much with all these games, and like we don't say perception ever outside
At
of
all.
games?
Yeah. Z, that is the
Uh,
most me level thought.
This is what Z was talking about yesterday, like the other day.
Sometimes
I-
our brain cells collide, Joe. Sometimes.
I get the 2 blue from heightened awareness, right?
I was gonna say you can get those 2 blue. Yes.
Okay, cool. Yay.
With 2 successes, in a bunch of advantage, you can see that Lindis is like choking herself, like she is choked up with tears and emotions. You can see it on her face. Emotions that are very complex. Things that you probably can't really fathom right now, Lockhart, because that's a lot of emotional depth and you don't have the kind of time for that. But what you can fathom is how exhausted she looks. And she looks fucking exhausted. If I had to put it on a scale from 1 to 11, I would put it at an 8.
Oh, that's very specific.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask the group here. Do we want to try to do this without us actively harming her? Or do we want to end this quickly?
We don't want to do anything that would cause physical damage. So anything that would count as wounds, we don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
But like strain or stun is strain, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting...
I will tell you right now, if you use a weapon against her, it will make her more upset. If you manage to do this without using a weapon, I think that would be the optimal path, quote unquote.
Do Lockhart's hands count as weapons?
Does she
The glove
know-
does.
Does she know pressure points?
Can we get like Ty Lee action in here?
I mean, actually, technically, yes.
Mm-hmm. Lockhart does know pressure points.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, I was going to say, could I just not use the glove and knock her out?
I will allow you to try.
Okay.
Pressure
How would you like-
points.
How would you like me to roll this? Because the knockout punch is specifically with brawl checks.
It will be a brawl check because there's no other skill that I think would work better. But
Yeah.
you are not using the glove. It's going to be your bare hand.
Going for a pressure point.
Yep.
If
And I
robots have those.
will say, because she is both staggered and pinned to the floor, I will not count her adversary to upgrade this twice. So it's going to be 2 purple.
2 purple? Okay.
I will even knock off. I will actually, no, she can have 1. She has 1 melee defense, and that is her integrated melee defense as a part of her exoskeleton. Or not exoskeleton, her like cybernetics. That's the word.
So 2 purple, 1 black.
Purple,
Yep.
black.
2
Okay.
purple, 2 purple, 1 black.
Here, bro.
Lockhart.
You got this.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's do this.
See?
One success.
1 success.
All you need.
Yep.
Now she does have soak, but how much stun do you do if you are able to do stun with your brawl checks?
It is, I believe, 5.
5.
Yes. Let me double check. Hang on. Stun quality equal to 2 plus coordination. And coordination is 3. Yes. So 5.
Okay. She has 4 soak, so you deal 1 strain.
Does
You
Silk
s-
affect strain?
For the purposes of an attack, I think it would be fair, because otherwise you would deal 5 strain, and that would be over half her strain in one attack.
Gotcha.
And then you can spend 4 advantages.
Mm-hmm.
Go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I can what?
You can spend 4 advantage.
Girl up. Go shopping is what Z said.
Help spending stuff. Let's see. That's
So I'll tell you.
yeah.
You are this close. You rolled really high you had a lot of advantages with your perception check. You can tell that by the way her arms look, there are integrated weapons in her arms.
She has.
You don't know what
weapons
they
in her
are.
arms?
Yeah, she has integrated weapons in her arms. You don't know what they are. They are not deployed, but you can disarm her of them for a time.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So you see a cracked seam along each edge of her forearm, and with careful maneuvering, you press the frame in and bend it just a little bit so that it can't properly deploy.
Instead of going for a major pressure point, she went for the seams.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll add to this barrage, even though she's not really much of an emotional person herself. She'll say, you act as if they just forgot you and moved on. Do you know how long it took them to start moving stuff out of your room? They were all devastated. They haven't moved stuff out yet, right?
They just started.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
a week before this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just started the process.
I'll rephrase that
Yes.
too. They haven't even cleaned out they haven't emptied your room.
Lindis, through gritted teeth, you can see that tears are starting to flow out of the corner of her eyes now. The dam has not yet fully broken, but it is leaking very heavily. And she's through gritted teeth, kind of lifts her head up a little bit. She just goes, "But they replaced me."
With who?
She still thinks that you guys got a new roommate.
Yeah. With who? No, she literally asks.
She doesn't have a response to that. She doesn't know with who. She's just some new bitch.
I just said they haven't emptied your room. How is that possible?
Some new bitch.
Okay. You're really close. You are so close to straining her out.
I'm gonna cause some psychic damage right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because as soon as does she actually say some new bitch out loud?
Yeah, fuck it.
Legacy just starts cackling. Probably unfortunately loud enough that Lee drowns out poor Cosmic for a second. Who the fuck would we move in with, bitch?
That's a good fucking question.
Who would actually put up with that fucking grease monkey mechanic up all hours of the night with her motorcycle and my weird ass? Who the fuck do you think we're getting in your room?
I feel like Kaya just is verge of tears, just chokes on it laughter. I'm okay, fuck you too. Not everyone wants to trip over fucking Red Bull cans all the time.
No one wants to trip over your fucking scrap and wrenches everywhere either.
Then stop fucking stealing them.
Stop fucking leaving them around.
Hope you miss your roomies, Lynn.
With that last little bit of banter, I will let you all Legacy, you can roll a hacking check at let's make this slightly harder. Roll me a hacking check at 4 purple. And Kaya, roll me a mechanics check at 4 purple.
Okie doke.
You can upgrade these.
I'm milking that.
No, I wanted it. I was like, wait, that's not the way they're supposed to flip.
Just in case, I'm yoinking that.
Damn it.
That's 2 triumphs.
God damn.
2 triumphs. A shitload of threat, but 2 triumphs.
Tree success.
3 successes. So, Legacy, I will strain you for 3. Not for 6, but for 3. But with 2 triumphs, and with Kaya getting 3 successes, you both, with the little bit of banter that you've had, and like that slice of the life she previously knew, the dam completely breaks. The wall falls down. All of the strain and the resistance that she was putting up against all of the stuff weighing her down just melts. She completely just about goes limp. And she doesn't even have words. She just breaks into, like, at first she looks like she's about to protest, like she's about to like say something, and she opens her mouth, and the only thing that you get is a really, really deep and then an inhale, and then she just breaks into a full-blown sob.
Oh.
She just starts to sob, heavily crying. Her eyes are closed. And she is just on the ground. She can't move. The drone gets ready to arm the taser again, but is struggling to get the taser off of the magnet.
Disarm drone.
Yeah, disarm.
Turn off drone.
Drone,
Friendly mode.
it just stands back up at attention. You hear Cosmic over the speaker just go, is everyone okay? Is this thing still on? Are you okay, Lindis? And Lindis is just, she can't form words. She is just uncontrollably sobbing.
Oh. And at this point, Kaya gets off of her and is just trying to comfort the sobbing. Patting her hair, probably pulling out a fucking, like, handkerchief. Not a handkerchief, sorry. Like, cloth. She ain't a fancy bitch. She's a mechanic. She got cloths.
Yeah, Lockhart probably has one that doesn't have grease on it.
You know what?
There's-
You're right.
I was gonna say, like, as you go to like try to wipe Lindis's nose, she burbles a little bit, and you can't make out what she said. But in hindsight, like, as Lockhart comes in with the clean hanky, you imagine Lindis is probably going to protest because it has grease on it. It is a grease rag, as appropriate for Kaya.
Yep. Use Lockhart handkerchief. Oh, fuck. Deep breath. Fuck everything about today.
Who knew Hotel Hell could have a part 2?
Corporate hell.
Mm-hmm.
Hotel Hell, Highway Hell, and Corporate
HQ
Hell.
hell.
HQ Hell, there we go.
Still
Yeah.
another one ahead of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Sailor. Storm has left. Sailor has emerged.
I think as like Cosmic is like asking if everybody's alright, like Legacy's listening really closely. I think it's about as good as it's going to get.
Do we still hear them? Through the drone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legacy hasn't disconnected them yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can
We
still
have-
hear them.
First Kaya nods, realizes they can't fucking see her. It's like, probably, yeah, wouldn't really call it good.
I imagine like Legacy just like sits with that for a second. And then you hear a sigh. Everyone needs to get out fast before it gets too big. And we have a much bigger problem.
That being.
There's a long pause. I imagine Lockhart would eventually click around to like Legacy's not sure about talking about it right now.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You do have an escape driver.
You do. What do you see? Just like I
What
think
else?
finally after like a long enough pause to like communicate what she's wanting to say of like, we don't know about like is it Lindis or not? Does Lindis have like backup things that will still make her like spy? I don't know. But Legacy is just like I think it's something we need our heads together for.
What are we doing with... Lockhart looks at Lindis, looks at Kaya.
Lindis has quieted down a lot. She looks like she's barely conscious. Like all of the strain has sort of weighed on her so much that she looks like she's about to fall asleep.
Trying to think.
We need to be taking her with us.
Can't just leave her here.
Can't take her to any of the usual spots though.
Well, it's not like she forgot what the address was.
Still.
Guy is going. Be okay with her. Take it to your...
Couldn't quite make that out.
Yeah, you're too quiet.
Are you gonna be comfortable with her around if we take her to your place? Yeah,
Kaya didn't
exactly.
Yeah, Kaya blinks. She didn't even fucking think of that. She stares, thinks about it, and she shrugs. Got no fucking clue. But I can't just leave her here and just let them just redo whatever breakthrough we just had.
Are you still kneeling by her or are you standing now?
She has not left Lindis' side.
There's like a tug on the corner of your arm, like your wrist. She can't move her hand off the magnet. She's too weak to move her hand away from the magnet. But when you got close enough to it, she reached out like to poke at your wrist to try and get your attention. And when you look at her, she just goes, "Don't leave me back here."
What was it?
Don't leave me back here.
Hold on the hand. Comfort. Looks up to Lockhart as if like, I can't leave her. Like, Lockhart, do you really expect Kaya to leave a friend behind?
That's the thing. Lockhart looks at Lindis and looks at Kaya. Gives a sigh. Undo the screws. We'll keep that and that for now. And she's pointing at the magnet on her hands and the bit of wire around her ankle. We'll carry it.
Kaya accepts this. The nod. Yeah, I don't really think she's got enough juice in her to walk anyway. Fuck, where the fuck are we gonna take her?
Once the screws are undone, Lockhart will try and fasten the magnet so it's not stuck to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
In between hands.
With your raw brute strength, you're able to do it, but holy fuck, is it hard.
Yeah.
Part of the floor, the largest part of the floor is metal, so you are trying to yank against the force of the magnet, which is heavy.
Kaya has some kind of fire thing, right? Melt the metal a little bit or heat it so it's a little looser or whatever.
Get a pry bar, stick it underneath it so that it's unstuck from the broadest, flattest side.
Just gotta get one little bit of leverage in.
Yep. And Lockhart will be nice and carry her princess style.
She is heavy.
I imagine.
You go to scoop her up delicately princess style and you heave and it is like doing a squat, like a weighted heavy squat. It's one of those things where you're just like, oh, okay, that's heavy. Okay.
Guy just sees the strain, just looks at Lockhart, like, are you sure you don't want to just try and get it a walk?
And we know for a fact Lindis did not have that much cybernetics.
Nope.
Yep.
She's probably got fucking missiles on her shoulder or some shit.
As you say, you want to try to get her to walk, you can see that Lindis is passed out. She's asleep.
Yeah.
She looks so dainty and delicate and very picturesque, weighing 400 pounds.
Jesus fucking Christ. Just what looks down. Oh, never mind.
Lockhart will set her down real quick and take off the bit around her feet and ask Kaya to help her get her on her back. Carry her piggyback, because that would be easier.
Yeah, Kaya will assist and help.
Putting her arms around her neck, which is... You can tell Lockhart is very uncomfortable with that prospect. but
It
she
is-
does it.
It is a strange sight to see Lindis, who lays so daintily and delicately, but Lockhart, who is straining under the weight of Lindis.
Kaya assists in getting her into fucking piggyback mode. Just like helping her settle in, looping the magnetized arms around Lockhart.
The key card is in my front pocket.
Yeah, I'll get that for you.
Grab the hard drive.
And you forgot you were still here. Okay, yeah, I'll grab that for you. Okay, we'll go.
Destroyed hard
Totally
drive
make
from
her
the
way.
computer, or the hard drive from the computer that was destroyed.
Mhm.
Yeah, before she turns away from Lockhart. It's like, oh yeah, fuck, forgot. You guys are still there in the other drone. There's just hand, tap, tap, shoulder. Lightest touch, because Lindis is heavy, does not want to put any more weight on Lockhart. It's like, thanks, Lock. Let me go grab that before Legs kills us.
Imagine Legacy is flipping through the
Grab that.
screens to the lower floors.
Mm-hmm. The fuck are we gonna get out of here?
The lower floors are a mess. There's been an increased amount of riot activity. There's no police yet. Sorry, you flip onto the cameras. There are police. A handful of them are sweeping the rooms. Oh my god, sorry, not police. The government security, so like federal station security. They are armed in what appears to be something like SWAT gear, and they are checking corners, clearing rooms. You can see that there are police who are at least like out of commission. Like there's mixed groups of people in this building. More of the fanatics of JD somehow crawled out of the woodwork and made their way upstairs. But as you check the cameras for the outermost security camera, you can see that Marcus and Locke have dealt with them.
Hey.
Hey.
Is there any particular thing that Legacy wants, like, feels the need of, like, okay, you guys are gonna have to avoid this or be, like, extra careful?
Just for, you don't know how the federal security is going to act, so that is a wild card, but there's no immediate danger as far as you could tell.
So I imagine Legacy's just flipping through as she's hearing the, like, shuffling to get ready to leave. And we'll just be like, Marcus and your friend have dealt with a few things. Don't see any other security drones, but Gov security is around. So, good luck with that. I can't help with that.
Ooh, could you?
Do what? Crash the entire fucking station?
Well, I mean, could you?
Maybe.
Well, I was gonna say, look for a path out of here. I sent you all the schematics, right?
I don't think you're climbing through air ducts with a, however fucking heavy Lindis is now.
Well, there's gotta be like maintenance tunnels and shafts and all that shit, right?
Is there a maintenance elevator that is back further away from where the government security are searching?
I'll do you one better. Call JJ.
Ah.
He is your getaway driver.
We call JJ. Patching him in through the drone.
Conference call drone.
JJ comes in and just goes, "Hey, where are you guys at?" You hear what he sounds like he's in a car.
They are in the penthouse trying to get out now.
It's finally time to go. Are we leaving?
If they can get out without being stopped.
What floor are they on?
And like it
Top.
seems like pauses. Like, did I say penthouse? I thought I said penthouse.
Yeah, the floor is yes. It's up. I don't know what the number is, but it's like the toppest one.
You hear like there's a brief pause, and he just goes, "I always wanted to see what that room looks like," and then the line disconnects.
Why the fuck are there
Well-
not cameras in this room?
You got Leo if you want to patch into Leo.
Yeah, Leo's still recording.
You can
Fucking.
patch into Leo for free. So, as you hear this, and you have this brief moment to
What the
formulate
fuck?
a plan, you're just looking around. Outside, you can see that there are several aerial vehicles still patrolling the airspace, and you can see one peel out from behind a skyscraper. And it is not a police squad vehicle, though it is shaped like one. Like imagine in the same way that like a military vehicle can be an unmarked vehicle, it's something like that. But it starts to make a beeline for where you are. These are effectively like an SUV, slightly bigger than an SUV, really. They're bigger than an SUV style aerial vehicle meant to transport people in the same way a car would, except off the ground. And it gets closer and closer and closer.
Can we get Marcus
And
and Locke up
I think-
here?
I think we
I
should
was
go
gonna
and.
say.
Kaya's got the
Lockhart-
key card.
we-
Grabs it
yeah.
from Lockhart on our way past. Swipe elevator. I'm gonna go pick up your boyfriend and your whatever the fuck she is to you now.
1, 2. Where? Like you like can. There's just a long enough pause as Kaya, I imagine, gets to the elevator, gets in the elevator, and then you hear like boyfriend and whoever the fuck. Where the fuck is Sprite?
Have fun with that, Lockhart. Kaya's in the elevator.
What did you do with my
As-
best friend?
The elevator takes you down, Kaya, and as you get down there, you see that Valerie and Marcus have collected themselves an extra. I'll activate this scene briefly. They've collected themselves an extra 3 goons. Marcus is still holding his stomach, but he's also holding a goon by the neck, or scruff of the collar. Valerie is holding one by the neck. There is a distinct difference between scruff of the collar and neck, as you can see by their disparate stances.
She fucking opens the elevator, sees that, blinks. Yeah, that makes sense.
Are you done? Could we leave?
Yeah. Come on, everyone in.
That's not the elevator we're supposed to go in. We're leaving.
Yeah, it
No.
is. I'll explain it to you later, but we gotta go, like, now?
Valerie throws the goon to the ground and just goes, "You need to learn when to stop asking questions." And we'll, like, very gently put a hand on his shoulder and start to usher him away from the goon, and he just drops the dude.
Yep. Yeah, we can answer all the questions later. Fucking comes back up with Marcus and a Valerie in tow. To see this mess.
As they come up here, they see all of the chaos of whatever this room was. And Marcus looks and he opens his mouth, and then Valerie just puts a hand on his shoulder. And he looks at her, And he closes his mouth and just nods once.
Questions later.
The AV that is outside slowly rolls up to the top layer of the building and starts to very carefully amble around it. He doesn't know which window is your window. So you get a call from JJ that like a second in, and he just goes, "Hey, which window are you guys at?"
It's open.
Oh. The vehicle just it
Shine
spins up around.
flashlight on phone.
Yeah. Kind of coordinate a fucking Uber pickup.
It's the only window open this high up in the air.
The vehicle just slowly floats over, and as it gets closer, the wind kicks up and starts to pitch dust into the room and just blow and billow out. The AVs are powered by a mix of gravity and magnets to suspend it, but also actual thrusters so that they can take off. And as they are taking off and landing, it kicks up a lot of wind. And so this one, which is shaped more like a car, starts to very gently float itself right up beside the building. And the side door opens, and inside you can see Sprite, and boy, do they look like shit. Sprite is like got a black eye, has what appears to be a gunshot wound, and is otherwise glowing. But opens the door and just goes, get in. I'm tired, and I want to go home now. Get in the vehicle."
Oh my god, so happy to see Sprite.
Is that Sprite? What the fuck are you doing? I need so much explanation when you guys...
We'll talk about it later. Just get in the fucking car.
I got shot for your fucking friends is what happened. You're welcome.
You say that like you don't run and fucking like gamble on that shit all the time.
Yeah, I run a gamble on it, but I don't get hit. Your friends are bad luck.
I think the fact that you're alive means the opposite.
Marcus just shuffling by and just goes, "I think I'm pretty good luck, actually. All things considered."
Marcus.
Larry, as you like rumble them down the steps here, you just hear like, "Is everyone okay?"
Think so? We're trying to go home now, bud.
We're all alive.
Yeah, that's what's important. Yeah, let me help you get her in, cause
Please.
yep. Don't worry, I'm on it. Whoops. Yeah, we'll
Get her in
assist
there.
because she's deceptively heavy.
The Sprite immediately is just like, "What's the big deal?" She looks, and then as you start to step in, Lockhart, the whole ship tilts. It tilts to the side, and it's not unable to fly, but it tilts that way and then scrapes up against the lower part of the window, and then you hear JJ just go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, what the fuck are you loading on?"
We'll explain later.
He looks over and doesn't see anything. He's like, "Where's the piano you're hiding? What the fuck? It's so heavy."
So, do you know how like tungsten is one of the most densest minerals in the world? And like a 4-inch cube can be like 60 pounds? It's kind of like that.
Gives you just a look
Meet
of
the
mix of
densest
like,
streamlet in the world.
he and Sprite exchange a look. And then Marcus and Valerie exchange a look. And they climb on board.
Yeah, everyone on.
I want to ask something though.
Uh-huh.
Since Kaya went downstairs to get Marcus and Valerie, could Lockhart have looked at these shinies?
Yeah. You want to look at all the space rocks?
Can she have grabbed them before we take off?
All 4 space rocks?
Yeah, there's only
Yeah.
4 of them.
There's only 4 space rocks. They're
Yeah,
about
fuck it.
the size of a basketball, but you can grab the
Yeah.
space rocks.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
Something for Bengetti to look at some point. Sure, you'd like a souvenir.
If nothing else, you could probably sell them. Lockhart
That too.
doesn't know this, but those are each incredibly expensive pieces of bullshit.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, she'll grab each of them before we go.
Fucking left his fucking space rocks. At least he's not gonna miss them. He had a whole monologue about it.
He had a monologue that involved them for the express purpose of saying, look at all these rich things that I can just have because I want it. Money is meaningless. Power is what really matters. And it's just like, give me those. Money's meaningless to you, bitch. I got rent.
To you. Do you have any idea how much this suit costs?
This is at least 2 suits.
Fuck rent. These things, each one of us can have our own condo permanently.
Yo, the dream. Real estate.
I imagine as everyone is loading on as a last interaction for Legacy, she's is listening to it fade and the chaos of that shit and flipping through and making sure everything is fine in the building. And finally just thank you, Cosmic.
There's a pause, and you can hear the awkward shuffling and straightening of his hair as you focus your attention onto him, and he doesn't know how to feel about it, but he just goes, thanks. I'm happy to help. I'm just glad to help this time.
I think you did. And I knew you'd want to talk to her, if nothing else.
He pauses. Is that really Lindis?
And Legacy just thinking for a moment. I don't know how to answer that one.
Oh.
But we'll figure it out, I guess.
With a bit more confidence, he says, Yeah, we'll figure it out, probably.
I'm gonna wipe this thing and gonna go ahead and cut comms with you, let the nerds know I'm coming out.
He salutes. And you hear him just go, yeah, okay. You sign out.
She's gonna make sure before she does leaves this drone, any memory file, anything that might have been recorded is gone.
If you want, you could just drop your chaos bomb on this and just fucking melt the drone.
Wait, we want to keep the drone.
I was about to say, I was going to say, the capacity of these vehicles is generally fit for about 10 people. And Lindis is 2.5 people. So you are right about at capacity.
Okay. Understandable. Godspeed, drone. You were helpful.
Yeah, because Larry got a size increase. You have to bring Trash Can Larry, because you can't leave Trash Can Larry behind.
Of course not.
Just bring Larry's hard drive, right? Or Larry's,
Are you going to be the one to tell Kaya to unplug him?
It's just nap time. Okay.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
She's wiping this thing before she
melts the
drone. Starts the process of getting out.
It is kaput.
Mm-hmm.
That drone's got nothing on it, not a trace of information left on it.
And whatever the fuck is left of that hard drive from that computer that got yeeted.
It's damaged, but it might still be salvageable.
Mm-hmm.
Better shot of that than the library in the archives that was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The fake library, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I need to heal some strain.
Goddamn.
Mm-hmm. You can all roll to heal strain now because you have finished the encounter.
It's a cool check, right?
Yeah. And you just roll it straight. There's no purple. That's 2 strain.
Let's go! God, why the fuck am I blanking? 6 minus 2 is 4.
I have something for this.
Let's go. And also just to make sure that she doesn't die. Hatch. Sprite. Make sure she's not gonna bleed out on the way back.
Well, Veloska's supposed to be in that car too.
Who's supposed to be in the car?
Veloska.
Veloska?
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think the car. Hold on. Let me get everyone on screen here for the car. So we have JJ, Veloska, Sprite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that is maximum capacity.
Okay, so she's good.
Yeah, she's good.
Cool.
They're as good as they're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, sorry.
they're still roughed up, but they're good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Let's go.
you guys did it.
Okay, so I need you all to appreciate this back and forth of strain, the delicate balance. Lexi has 15. I started this session at 7. I went up to 10 or 11 like twice, and now I'm ending the session at 3.
Yo-yoing of strain.
That's the strain comes and goes easy. Wound